Chapter 938. Everybody. Hello. Qin Feng pondered for a while. How should he greet them? Finally, he decided that greeting them in English and Mandarin would be very classy since they were in the US. However, Qin Feng's heart turned cold after greeting them, and no one responded to him. It wasn't that they didn't want to talk to Qin Feng, but all the members of the Hero Alliance were stunned. They had just heard Dragon roar and Phoenix cry, and now they heard Qin Feng's voice in their heads. Should they go to the hospital for a checkup? Qin Feng? Lu Bingbing was the first to come back to her senses. She replied cautiously and nervously. Ah, who's talking in my head? And it's a woman? Come out if you have the guts. Don't play tricks on me, or I'll kill you with my overlord slash. Who are you yelling at? You're still in my head. Come out if you have the guts. Let's see who's going to slash who. Lu Bingbing was hot-tempered, and she couldn't stand Lu Jie's threat. Huh? Your voice sounds familiar. Who are you? Lu Jie asked. I'm Lu Bingbing, Qin Feng's woman. I'm on a mission at the pedestrian street in the provincial capital. Get your ass over here, and I'll be waiting for you. Lu Bingbing was furious. Ever since Qin Feng's family announced her triple identities at the martial arts competition, few people dared to offend her. Lu Jie was so scared that his teeth chattered. So it's sister-in-law Bingbing. I'm Lu Jie, big brother Qin's little brother, Lu Jie. Lu Jie was wiping his cold sweat and apologizing to Lu Bingbing when Hua Yin complained. I'm Qin Feng's woman. Wait for me at the pedestrian street if you have the guts. I'll kill you from Acropolis City. Let's see if you still have the guts to talk nonsense then. Wait, can I ask what's going on? Zhang Ye asked cautiously. Yan Wushuang had been suppressing her anger for a long time, but she was too embarrassed to admit her relationship with Qin Feng like Lu Bingbing and Hua Yin did. She grabbed Zhang Ye and yelled, You can't ask. Shut up. Zhang Ye recognized Yan Wushuang's voice, and he was so scared that he wanted to chop his head off. Master, are you there? What the hell is going on? Ren Xiao Yao's doubtful voice rang out. She felt that the three women who spoke just now were very fierce. Even Ren Xiao Yao didn't dare to offend them. Everyone quietened down. Everyone realized that it wasn't a problem with their brains, but a problem with their nerves. Could it be that everyone's nerves were twisted together? Otherwise, how could they communicate in their minds? Since when did this technology become so widespread? It was simply too heaven-defying. Haha, is everyone having fun? Qin Feng laughed so hard that he almost choked. He had just turned on the Heroes Alliance communication function, and even Qin Feng thought it was too fun. Qin Feng, you dead man? Where are you? Lu Bingbing complained. I'm in the United States. I'll be back soon. Qin Feng, what kind of advanced technology is this? Why can we communicate with our brains? I don't even have to speak. It's all just a mental communication. Hua Yin quickly noticed something was amiss. Those who spoke just now are members of the Heroes Alliance. As long as you join the Heroes Alliance, you can communicate with all the members at any time. You don't even have to speak. You can communicate with your mind. It's not advanced technology. It's just a method of voice transmission. Qin Feng had already thought of an excuse. Advanced technology was too mysterious because the technology on Earth hadn't reached such a level yet. He was afraid that no one would believe him even if he said it. As for voice transmission, it really existed, and it was easy to fool people. Sure enough, everyone had heard of voice transmission, but they had never seen it. Now that they used the Heroes Alliance to communicate telepathically, they really thought it was voice transmission. Wow, boss, you're so awesome. You even created a 1,000-mile sound transmission technique just to play LOL. Which region are you guys in? My Black Rose Diamond account, masters, please carry me. Lu Jie yelled excitedly. Qin Feng was so angry that his nose was crooked. Go away. I'm in the Heroes Alliance, a big sect that will dominate the martial arts world in the future. If anyone dares to mention League of Legends again, I'll kick him out of the sect right now. Qin Feng roared angrily. The people who were about to report where they were and were about to play League of Legends shut their mouths immediately. Qin Feng, you've become so powerful? It said that voice transmission is something only true energy stage powerhouses can do. Have you broken through to true energy stage? Hua Yen was very excited. As soon as Hua Yen finished her words, everyone exclaimed in their hearts. Did China really have true energy stage powerhouses? No one had ever seen one in real life. I haven't broken through to true energy stage yet, but I've used some methods to achieve voice transmission. In the future, we can communicate with each other in case of an emergency. If someone is nearby, we can immediately go to help. From now on, everyone in the Heroes Alliance will be a family. Qin Feng found many benefits after he upgraded the Brass Alliance to the Silver Alliance. This communication function was equivalent to a locator function. When more and more members joined the Hero Alliance in the future, even if Qin Feng wasn't nearby, there would be other Hero Alliance members who would go and help when their women and brothers were in danger. Qin Feng was very satisfied with this. Qin Feng chatted with everyone for a long time, and the atmosphere was very lively. Qin Feng found that the Heroes Alliance was very user-friendly. Not only could they communicate as a whole, but they could also privately chat with each other. Qin Feng could control his mind to talk to one of the women alone, which made it much more convenient to talk about private matters. Through the communication, Qin Feng learned that Lu Bingbing, Ren Xiaoyao, and Yen Wushuang were living very well in the provincial capital. Ever since Qin Feng announced his identity, the Qin family in the provincial capital had risen to the top. Now they were at the peak of their power. None of the women who had gossiped with Qin Feng dared to offend them. After all, they were the women of China's Green Dragon. Hua Yen was also living very well in Hero City. However, Hua Yen did not tell Qin Feng about the herbal sect, mainly because she did not want to worry. The Yun family was also developing very well, and they were close partners with the Qin family. Lu Jie's family was the weakest among the 5 small families in the provincial capital. However, because he was Qin Feng's follower, the Lu family was directly promoted to the top of the 5 small families. Zhang Ye was also doing very well in the Dragon sect. He usually followed Lu Bingbing and Yen Wushuang, and whenever there was any hard work, he would rush to finish it for them. They chatted until late at night. Everyone was a little sleepy, so they went to bed. In the middle of the night, Zhang Kuku ran to Qin Feng's room. Knowing that Han Ying had slept in the room, Zhang Kuku dared not to mess around with Qin Feng on the sofa. She was afraid that both of them would go to the toilet in the middle of the night. Nevertheless, Zhang Kuku satisfied Qin Feng. She lied under the sofa and let Qin Feng lie on the sofa. Then, she tried to eat a popsicle for the first time. Zhang Kuku didn't think it tasted good because the popsicle was too big. However, Qin Feng liked it very much, especially the taste of adultery. Ah, you too. Last night? What did you do? Qin Feng and Zhang Kuku were awakened by a scream. When they woke up, Zhang Kuku's scream drowned out Ma Xinxin's scream. Ma Xinxin was so scared that she almost fell to the ground. Ah! Why am I here? Is my sleepwalking acting up again? Ah! Big brother Qin Feng. Why are you sleeping on the sofa? Did you do anything to Kuku last night? Zhang Kuku was so scared that she almost had a heart attack. She remembered that she was too tired from eating last night and fell asleep on the carpet. Now that she was caught red-handed by Ma Xinxin, Zhang Kuku was worried that her secret would be exposed. Qin Feng felt his eardrums were about to burst. Han Ying ran out of the sofa when she heard the commotion. Han Ying and Ma Xinxin only had a towel draped over their bodies. Their long legs dazzled Qin Feng's eyes. What are you two doing? Han Ying was stunned by the scene in front of her. Qin Feng was half naked on the sofa while Zhang Kuku was lying on the carpet next to him in a spaghetti strap dress. Did you say that they had been chatting for the whole night? Who the hell are you trying to fool? Ah, and nothing. Kuku and I chatted for the whole night and then we fell asleep unknowingly. Qin Feng smiled guiltily. Ma Xinxin and Han Ying pursed their lips. Obviously, they didn't believe him. What is this? Ma Xinxin's eyes were sharp. She covered her mouth and looked at a spot beside the sofa. Then, she looked at Zhang Kuku's mouth in astonishment. Ah, what is this? I don't know what this is. Oh, quick, move away. Zhang Ke jumped up in shock when she saw the stain on the sofa. Under everyone's shocked gaze, Zhang Ke picked up the kettle on the coffee table and splashed the water on the sofa. Before Qin Feng could react, Zhang Ke had splashed water all over him. Qin Feng jumped up in anger and shoved Zhang Ke out of the room. "Why are you acting up so early in the morning? Don't come and chat with me in the middle of the night anymore. I'm not as energetic as you. You're mentally ill. You should go to the hospital. Maybe you can be saved." Zhang Ke ran out of the room and turned around to give Qin Feng a grateful look when she reached the door. Qin Feng rolled his eyes. He was speechless at Zhang Ke's stupidity. When he closed the door and returned to the living room, Qin Feng was so shocked that he almost fell to the ground. Ma Xinxin and Han Ying were squatting beside the sofa. Their faces were on the spot where Qin Feng had slept. They seemed to be examining something. "Ahem, you two go and wash up. We'll go to the filming after breakfast." Qin Feng rushed over and took the sofa cushion away. He threw it into the washing machine. Han Ying and Ma Xinxin looked at Qin Feng with a strange expression. Their women's instincts told them that something must have happened between Qin Feng and Zhang Ke last night. Moreover, it must have been some shady business. After washing up, Qin Feng sneaked into Ma Xinxin's room and kissed her. Chapter 939. Qin Feng had been shooting in Chinatown for 3 days straight. Over the past few days, Qin Feng had Han Ying follow him. Han Ying felt like she was dreaming every day. She was in a foreign country, but she had someone to protect her and a good sister to keep her company. In the past, Han Ying would only dream of this. After a few days of shooting, Han Ying realized that Qin Feng's acting skills were not just for show. When Rao Sherman said that Qin Feng's acting skills were the best among all the actors, Han Ying did not believe it. However, after witnessing the acting skills of Zhang Ke, Ao Shaowan, and Ma Xinxin, Han Ying completely believed it. Han Ying also felt that Hedonist Sovereign was not like a movie, but more like a sitcom. However, Han Ying quickly fell in love with this nonsensical blockbuster movie. With her unique business foresight, once this movie was released, it would have a boundless future. After these days of filming, Chinatown had become surprisingly popular. There were people coming and going on the streets every day, and there were several times more tourists than usual. These people had heard that Zhang Shuai and the Beautiful Girl group were filming a movie in Chinatown, so they specially came to watch. "Wow! Zhang Shuai is here. Zhang Shuai is even more handsome than in his photos. He's here, he's here. My husband is here. Look, that man with a scar on his face is my husband. He's so manly. Hey, what nonsense are you talking about, you bitch? That's my husband. Don't you dare say that I'll beat you to death. Shut up, all of you. Zhang Shuai is my husband. No, he's my husband. He's my husband. We have a marriage certificate. If you don't believe me, I'll show it to you." Early in the morning, Qin Feng and the girls saw a group of women fighting in front of them as soon as they arrived. The fight between the women was so violent that Qin Feng dared not to get too close to them. The Hong Kong staff went to mediate the fight, or else they would not be able to continue with the filming. The rest of the crew members stared at Han Ying. Qin Feng had recently brought this woman over. Everyone realized that even though Zhang Shuai was ugly, all the women he knew were top-notch beauties. The beauties were chatting with each other. After a few days of interaction, they had become very familiar with each other. Zhang Ke used to be the most active one among them, but she rarely spoke in the past few days. Ever since she was caught by Ma Xinxin and Han Ying that morning, Zhang Ke no longer dared to look for Qin Feng in the middle of the night. She rarely spoke as she was afraid that she would spill the beans if she was agitated. Come. Everyone, get ready to shoot," the director shouted at the top of his lungs. It turned out that the quarreling and fighting had stopped, but the women were still standing on the side with their arms crossed, glaring at each other. Today's show was very cliché. In fact, it should be said that the plot of the entire movie Hedonist Sovereign was very cliché. Moreover, it was made even more cliché by Zhang Ke and Ao Shaowan. In this scene, Qin Feng would take the beauties to Chinatown. Then, he would see American hooligans bullying an old Chinese man on the street. The old man was dressed very plainly and wore cloth shoes and clothes. Because of the old man's ordinary appearance, many passers-by ignored him and even hid far away. At this moment, a muffled thunder rumbled in the sky, and Qin Feng made his grand entrance. Everyone could guess what would happen next. Qin Feng would beat up the American hooligans and save the old Chinese man. In the end, the old man turned out to be the richest Chinese man on Wall Street. He was an invisible tycoon of China and had more assets than Superman Lee and Jack Ma combined. In order to make the plot as cliché as possible, the old man had no children. Moreover, he fancied Qin Feng's chivalrous spirit, so he insisted on taking Qin Feng as his godson. He even gave Qin Feng hundreds of billions of USD worth of assets. Qin Feng refused with all sorts of excuses. In the end, the old man threatened to kill himself and asked Qin Feng if he would accept the offer. Qin Feng had no choice but to inherit hundreds of billions of USD worth of assets unwillingly. When Qin Feng saw this scene, he almost vomited blood. However, when he recalled the previous scene, he suddenly felt that it was okay. Damn old man. Are you blind? How dare you bump into me? Do you know who I am? I'm from the mafia. The scene had already begun. Qin Feng was hugging a few beauties on his left and right. He was chatting and laughing as he strolled down the street. Suddenly, he heard a series of curses. Qin Feng raised his eyebrows when he heard the word mafia. The two bastards he dealt with in Fulga town also claimed that they were from the mafia. The mafia originated from Sicily and Corsica in Italy. Later on, the mafia migrated to other parts of the world, especially the east coast of America. This led to the American mafia's heyday. Today, the name of the mafia had spread all over the world. Similar to China's Hong Mafia, the mafia was an organization with a dark background. It was also a powerful organization. In America, very few people dared to offend the mafia, however. The two hooligans who were making a scene in Chinatown were just hired actors. They were not real mafia members. Hero Qin Feng, someone is raping an old man in broad daylight. Kuku can't stand it anymore. Zhang Kuku came to life when it was time to film. She was not supposed to speak in this scene, so she forcibly added a lot of lines for herself. Zhang Kuku spoke with a straight face. Even when she made a mistake in the middle, she corrected it calmly as if nothing had happened. Rao Sherman and the other women's lips twitched, and their necks turned red. How can there be such shameless people in this world? Then let me, the embodiment of justice and light, deal with them. Qin Feng's face turned cold as he walked toward the old man. Rao Sherman pulled Qin Feng back and said worriedly, Qin Feng, those two hooligans seem to be from the mafia. The mafia is a powerful underground force in America. We're in a foreign country, so it's not good to provoke them. Qin Feng nodded and said, You're right, Sherman. Let Kuku teach them a lesson. Let's continue our shopping. Rao Sherman and the other women nodded and pulled Qin Feng forward. Zhang Kuku was left alone. She felt so wronged that she almost burst into tears. Make way! Make way! The American mafia is here to do business in Chinatown today. Everyone, get the fuck out of the way. While everyone was laughing, a group of burly men in black leather jackets and pants walked over. There were more than 30 of them. Other than the men in the front who were carrying steel pipes and clubs, there was also the rumbling sound of motorcycles coming from behind. More than a dozen Harley-Davidson motorcycles were driving over at high speed. Qin Feng and the others were stunned. Even the fans were dumbfounded. Everyone turned to look at the director team. They didn't expect the director team to spend so much money to hire so many extras for this movie. The director was dumbfounded because he wasn't the one who hired these extras. It wasn't that the director was stingy, but after witnessing the acting skills of Zhang Kuku and the other women, he gave up on the idea of producing this movie with a high budget. So what if he spent hundreds of millions to hire the most popular actors and actresses in China? It would be a waste if he met Zhang Kuku and the other women. Because of this mentality, the director realized that he had saved tens of millions of dollars in the half a month of filming. Don't you Huaxia pigs understand what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. The mafia is here to do business today. If you don't leave now, I'll kill you all. The leader of the group was a bald man. He spoke in broken Huaxia language, but the Huaxia people in Chinatown could understand him. However, none of them left. Instead, the onlookers were boiling with excitement. Oh my God! This group of extras is of high quality. Where did they hire them from? I can tell that they graduated from a professional film school. Their appearance fee must be quite high. Of course it's not low. Didn't you see that they all came in the same outfit? For this movie, they even got a cross-skull tattoo on their arms. They even wore non-mainstream makeup, permed their hair, and put on eyeliner. They're amazing. Bro, your Harley-Davidson motorcycles are so cool. Why don't you go and film? Lend me your motorcycles. Wow, so realistic. These people even have guns on their belts. This movie is a big investment. The onlookers went crazy. They had come to watch Qin Feng and the others film every day for the past 3 days. Previously, there were no props or actors. The director team was so stingy. Today, they suddenly made such a big scene, and the onlookers couldn't get used to it. The onlookers ran to the mafia group and groped around. The mafia group came in a menacing manner, but now they were all dumbfounded. Bang! A muffled sound suddenly spread, and the excited crowd instantly quieted down. Everyone looked at the bald man who stood at the front. The bald man held a gun in his hand, and white smoke was still coming out of the muzzle. What the fuck? Is that a real gun? Something's wrong. To these people are really the mafia. The crowd was in chaos. Screams and cries rose one after another. Many people covered their heads and fled. After living in America for so many years, everyone knew about the reputation of the mafia. There were often gunfights on the streets, and most of them were from the mafia. The originally crowded streets suddenly became empty, leaving only Qin Feng and the mafia's 2 groups of people facing each other. Qin Feng frowned slightly and shielded the women behind him. The staff from Hong Kong's House of Millions Media and America's Can Film Group were scared silly. They originally wanted to film a scene where the fake mafia members were tortured, but they didn't expect to attract the real mafia members. Push Aka over here to identify him. The bald man who stood at the front of the crowd growled in English. Rao Sherman stood behind Qin Feng and translated. At this moment, a man lying on a wheelchair was pushed over. It was Aka, the man who had punched Qin Feng in the balls a few days ago. As for Leon, he didn't appear. Qin Feng guessed that he was dead. Ah, it's that bad guy. Qin Feng, let's run. Run. Chapter 940. It's him. Aka stared at Qin Feng for a long time and recognized him. However, Aka was half dead, so it took him a long time to speak. As soon as Aka finished speaking, the mafia members were in an uproar. The dozens of Harley-Davidson motorcycles rumbled, and the gangsters on them glared at Qin Feng as if they were going to run him over and kill him at any time. The baldy spat on the ground, baring his black teeth, and roared, "Chinese pig! How dare you offend the mafia in America? I'll send you to hell." Before everyone could react, the baldy had already rushed over with a baseball bat. The group of gangsters behind him didn't move at all. They looked at Qin Feng with schadenfreude. Some of them even whistled and cursed. Obviously, they thought that the baldy alone could kill Qin Feng. The women finally regained their senses, but they didn't know what to do. This sudden situation caught everyone off guard, and the crew members of the film crew were also at a loss. "Don't just stand there. Start shooting." Qin Feng shouted at the director, and in the next moment, he disappeared from everyone's sight. A muffled sound echoed, accompanied by a howl of the wind. However, the howl of the wind was too soft and was completely covered by the muffled sound. Other than Qin Feng, no one else noticed the faint flash of white light. Bang! The baldy was sent flying and fell to the ground from where he came from. The baseball bat landed on the ground and made a clanking sound. Then, it rolled on the ground for a long distance before stopping. The floor tiles on which the bald man landed cracked. The previously arrogant and despotic bald man was now rolling on the ground in pain. Everyone stared at the bald man with their mouths agape, ignoring Aka, who was sitting in the wheelchair. Previously, Aka was only half dead, but now he was completely dead. Fuck, You dare to touch our big brother? I'll make sure you die on the street. Brothers, let's attack together. This Chinese brat seems to have practiced martial arts. Rumble. After a while, the mafia members regained their senses. More than 20 gangsters with weapons in their hands pounced on Chin Feng. The dozens of Harley-Davidson motorcycles behind them rumbled as if they were pumping gas. Quick! Quick! Start shooting. The director finally came back to his senses. He didn't care about the urgency of the situation and shouted for the cameraman to start shooting. Han Ying and the other women were pushed by Chin Feng to a safe place in the back. But Ma Xinxin and Ao Shaowan refused to leave. The two women stood on Chin Feng's left and right like two female warriors with cold expressions. The American Mafia? You are nothing in front of the Hong sect. Ao Shaowan was the daughter of the Hong sect. She had grown up fighting since she was a child. This kind of hot-blooded group fight scene, Ao Shaowan was not surprised. Ma Xinxin was a stage 4 inner chi expert, so she didn't put these hooligans in her eyes. The two girls chuckled and followed behind Chin Feng. Bang, bang, bang. Chin Feng launched both of his fists, and a row of hooligans fell to the ground. Ma Xinxin's fighting skills were all taught by Chin Feng. Her attacks were all aimed at the vital points, and there were no flowery but impractical moves. Ao Shaowan tied her ladle-like hair on the top of her head and regained a touch of the non-mainstream afro look. She picked up the baseball bat on the ground and specifically targeted the gangsters who had been beaten by Chin Feng and gave them a violent blow. The cooperation between the three was flawless. The addition of the two beauties made the fight even more exciting and beautiful. The more than 20 people from the mafia were not enough. Before Chin Feng could finish his combo, he found that there was no one left to fight. Virum. The roar of a motorcycle suddenly sounded in his ears. A Harley-Davidson motorcycle sped over and directly crashed into Chin Feng's head. Ah! Zhang Shuai! Be careful! Rao Sherman, Han Ying, and the other women screamed in fear. The group of female fans also screamed, and some of them fainted. A cold smile flashed through Chin Feng's eyes. He leaped up and kicked the man in the car, sending him flying. Then he stepped on the Harley-Davidson motorcycle. The motorcycle shot out and disappeared at the end of the street, almost out of sight. How dare you hit Zhang Shuai? Are you looking for death? Ma Xinxin was furious, and her whole face was red. She was really scary when she exploded. Even Chin Feng was stunned. A cloud of black mist came out of Ma Xinxin's palm and shrouded the 5 or 6 Harley-Davidson motorcycles that rushed toward them. The people on the motorcycles could not see clearly and had difficulty breathing. Loud noises came from the black mist. When the black mist dissipated, several Harley-Davidson motorcycles crashed into each other, and their wheels were still spinning on the ground. Rumble. Ao Shaowan, who was squatting on the ground and hitting people with a baseball bat, looked up and saw a Harley-Davidson motorcycle flying toward him. The 2 spinning wheels were about to graze Ao Shaowan's scalp. Ah! Zhang Shuai, sob, save me. Ao Shaowan's first reaction was to ask Chin Feng for help when he was in danger. Before Ao Shaowan's screams subsided, a black shadow came. Chin Feng punched the Harley-Davidson motorcycle into 2 pieces from the middle. The 2 pieces flew out and hit the wall on the side of the street. Half of the wheel was stuck in the wall. As for the hooligans on the motorcycle, they were half dead from Chin Feng's kick. Phew! Scared me to death. Big brother Chin Feng, it's all thanks to you. Lying in Chin Feng's arms, Ao Shaowan kept patting her chest. However, looking at her excited expression, Chin Feng didn't think she was scared at all. This girl liked excitement. She couldn't wait to be excited. Shaowan, go to Sherman's side and stay there. Chin Feng pushed Ao Shaowan behind him, turned around, and rushed to help Ma Xinxin. Ao Shaowan still wanted to rush to help, but when she saw the Harley-Davidson motorcycle flying in the air, she held back. She knew that if she went there now, she would only be a burden. Bang, 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 bang. Rumble, rumble. The onlookers were already dumbfounded, and the surrounding area fell into silence. Only the rumbling of the Harley-Davidson motorcycle's engine and the occasional loud noise could be heard. More than a dozen dazzling Harley-Davidson motorcycles were scattered on the street. Mafia hooligans were also lying everywhere. Some of them had broken hands and feet, and some had their heads broken. In any case, none of them had an easy time. Bang! After a short silence, a gunshot was suddenly heard. Qin Feng leaped and directly pushed Ma Xinxin, who was beside him, to the ground. There was a small hole in the ground where Ma Xinxin had been standing, and half of the bullet was leaking out. Whoosh! The wind whistled. Qin Feng was completely enraged. First, there was a flash of white light, followed by dozens of light shadows flying at the same time. That shot was secretly fired by Big Brother Baldy, and the white light was also thrown at his position. The ground instantly became hell, and blood flowed everywhere. Baldy's figure was long gone. In the pool of blood, there were some pieces of meat, but no one knew what they were. Rumble! The white light fell, and then a ball of raging fire appeared out of thin air. There was a cry of surprise from all around. Whether it was the sudden appearance of the white light or the raging fire floating on the ground, it was beyond everyone's common sense. The fire came and went quickly. The smell of burnt blood floated around, and many people were disgusted and vomited. The wind blew away the wind. The surrounding area was restored to silence. The place where Baldy had been was empty. Baldy had disappeared. The blood on the ground was gone. The fireball was gone, and the white light was gone. It was as if nothing had happened. Big Brother? Where's Big Brother? He's gone. Big Brother seems to have run away. Run your ass. Big Brother broke his leg just now. How could he run? The people from the mafia gradually came back to their senses. They realized that Big Brother Baldy had disappeared. Big Brother Baldy couldn't have run away. Where could he have gone in such a short time? But Big Brother Baldy was gone. He disappeared into thin air. Zheng Shuai, are you okay? Rao Sherman and the other women had already run to Qin Feng's side. They fought to be the first to check Qin Feng's body. They were all worried to death. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. Han Ying kept blaming herself. Qin Feng felt sorry for her. He pulled Han Ying into his arms and hugged her. Ying, it's okay. I'm completely fine. Qin Feng comforted Han Ying. The people from the film crew and the crowd gradually came back to their senses. Fuck, did you film it? Did you film the part just now? Once the director came back to his senses, he immediately slapped his thigh and jumped up. The interruption just now was too wonderful. It was even more awesome than the special effects in American blockbusters. The cameramen suddenly came back to their senses. They hurriedly flipped through the recording and then nodded excitedly. Yes, we filmed it all. What happened just now? I think I was sleepwalking. Hubby, you're too awesome. I want to kiss hubby. You damn mistress. Zheng Shuai is my hubby. I'm going to kill you. I can't. Zheng Shuai hubby, hurry and come over. I've already taken off my clothes. Come and rape me? After seeing Qin Feng's domineering and powerful side, the female fans at the scene all lost their minds. None of the people from the mafia could stand up. Even the slightest movement caused heart-wrenching pain. At this time, a middle-aged man in a well-ironed suit suddenly ran over and said to Qin Feng, Mr. Zheng Shuai, let me introduce myself. I'm the chairman of the Chinatown Chinese Association, Yu Qing. Qin Feng looked at Yu Qing and asked, Why are you looking for me? Yu Qing's attitude towards Qin Feng was very respectful. There was even a hint of fear in his eyes. It seemed like he was frightened by Qin Feng's valiant skills just now. Mr. Zheng Shuai, we're all Chinese compatriots. I'm on your side. However, you just offended someone from the American mafia. I advise you to leave Watson as soon as possible. Otherwise, you'll be in big trouble. Yu Qing came to warn Qin Feng out of goodwill. After all, no one knew Qin Feng's true identity. Even though he saw Qin Feng's skills just now, Yu Qing was still worried for Qin Feng. In America, the mafia was as powerful as Hong Kong's Hong Mafia. There were mafia members everywhere on the streets. Yu Qing knew Qin Feng was powerful, but no matter how powerful a person was, he couldn't fight against an underground organization that had been established for a long time. Chapter 941. The director of Hong Kong's House of Millions Media also ran over. Superstar Zheng Shuai, we can accept Miss Han's suggestion. Let's pack up and book a flight back to China. The director team was scared. This was America, and Qin Feng had offended the mafia. The staff of Can Film and Television were terrified. They never thought that Qin Feng would have a feud with the mafia. The American staff stayed far away from Qin Feng. They didn't even dare to approach Qin Feng's group to avoid being misunderstood by the mafia. Hubby, I've booked a flight for you. My car is parked over there. I'll send you to the airport now and go home with you. Some female fans were worried about Qin Feng. In an instant, hundreds of female fans scrambled to escort Qin Feng away. They even wanted to send Qin Feng to their residences as if Qin Feng was really their hubby. Brat, don't run if you have the guts. The mafia won't let you go. How dare you offend the mafia in America? Even if you run back to China, we'll find someone to kill you. Seeing that everyone was trying to persuade Qin Feng to run away, the gangsters lying on the ground started to clamor again. Qin Feng calmly walked out from the crowd. He walked in front of the two hooligans who were trying to act tough. He lifted his foot and stomped down, breaking the bones in their legs. Don't worry, I'm not leaving. Where's the mafia's base? Bring me there now. I want to have a talk with your boss. Qin Feng's words scared the crowd. This Zheng Shuai was too domineering. He didn't even care about the mafia and even asked to go to the mafia's base. Yu Qing wanted to use his connections to ease the conflict between Qin Feng and the mafia. But after seeing Qin Feng's stomps, Yu Qing's face turned sour. He was afraid that the enmity between them would never end. Mr. Zheng Shuai, don't be impulsive. The mafia is a few hundred times more powerful than you think. If you go to their base now, you'll be courting death. You'd better listen to me and bring them back to the country immediately. I'll do some public relations now. When the time comes, you might need to apologize to the mafia again. It'll probably cost you a lot of money. But that's not important anymore. As the chairman of the Chinatown Chinese Association, Yu Qing was a warm-hearted person. Moreover, he was very loyal to his Chinese compatriots. Even the staff of Can Film Group did not dare to stand up for Qin Feng, but Yu Qing had always been on Qin Feng's side. President Yu, I appreciate your kindness. It's our fortune to have a Chinese person like you leading Chinatown. You don't have to worry about this. I'll solve it myself. Qin Feng patted Yu Qing's shoulder. This person was not bad, and Qin Feng didn't want to drag him down with him. Yu Qing was dumbfounded. He didn't know what Qin Feng was thinking. Qin Feng had already walked to another mafia member who was slightly injured. He kicked his butt and said, "Get up and lead the way. We're going to see your boss now." Qin Feng was determined to go to the mafia, and no one could dissuade him. When he was in Fulga Town, Qin Feng thought about going around the mafia when he had time. Because the people here offended Han Ying, Qin Feng wanted to teach them a serious lesson. But these days he was busy filming. Before Qin Feng could even visit, the mafia members had come to die. Of course, Qin Feng had to fulfill their wishes. Being willing to help others had always been Qin Feng's motto. The underling who was picked up was a bit afraid of Qin Feng, but he was secretly delighted. This time, the mafia had a bad start, and the group of hooligans was thinking about how to deal with Qin Feng. Now that Qin Feng was going to die, the hooligan was naturally happy to lead the way. He walked as if he was running, as if he was not injured at all. "Mr. Zheng Shuai, are you really going?" Yu Qing suddenly caught up to him. "President Yu, I'm definitely going." "Don't worry," Qin Feng said. Yu Qing hesitated for a moment, then caught up to Qin Feng. "Okay, I'll go with you. I've met the mafia's boss once, so I'll help you plead for mercy. There's still hope to save your life?" Yu Qing wanted to save Qin Feng's life, but he didn't know that Qin Feng was going to wipe out the mafia. If Yu Qing knew Qin Feng's thoughts, he would probably be scared to death. Zheng Shuai, Han Ying, and the other beauties also caught up to Qin Feng. Their faces were filled with worry. "Big Sister Ling, bring them back to the hotel first. I'll go back and have dinner with them." Qin Feng said to Big Sister Ling. Zhang Kuku and Ao Shaowan hugged Qin Feng's arms and refused to let him go. "Big Brother Zheng Shuai, let's go back to China." "That's right. Let's go to Hong Kong. That's my territory. I want to see how powerful the mafia is. If they come to Hong Kong, I'll make sure they never return. Qin Feng patted the two girls' heads and shook off their hands. Xian, help Big Sister Ling bring everyone back. Don't you know my strength? What's there to worry about? Qin Feng glanced at Ma Xinxin. Ma Xinxin was worried about Qin Feng as well, but she was relieved when she remembered that Qin Feng had recovered to the early stage of Stage 9 inner qi. Just like Qin Feng's decision, it was better for him to go alone. Even if he couldn't defeat the mafia, he could still escape. However, he couldn't take care of so many women if he went with them. Be careful. We'll wait for you to come back for dinner. Ma Xinxin was a Stage 4 inner qi martial artist. She dragged Zhang Kuku with one hand and Ao Shaowan with the other to Big Sister Ling. Rao Sherman and Han Ying were rational women. They knew they would only be a burden to Qin Feng if they went with him. The women watched Qin Feng leave reluctantly. The staff of Hong Kong's media of Millions sighed and hurried back to the hotel. The bustling Chinatown suddenly became empty. Rao Sherman and her group left, and so did Qin Feng's fans. Only a few dozen members of the mafia were left lying on the street. After a while, a police car arrived. It was Qin Feng's fans who called the police. These members of the mafia had criminal records, so they were all arrested and interrogated by the police. The gangster brought Qin Feng and Yu Qing to an abandoned underground garage. This place had been remodeled. One of the original two exits was blocked, and the other exit was guarded by a dozen or so gangsters armed with guns. It looked like an armory. Mr. Zhang Shuai, it's not too late to regret. Yu Qing saw the gangsters guarding the garage door from afar. He nervously whispered in Qin Feng's ear, President Yu, why don't you wait for me outside? Qin Feng didn't want to bring Yu Qing inside. Otherwise, he would have to worry about Yu Qing's safety when he started killing. Yu Qing sighed when he saw that Qin Feng was determined to visit the mafia's base. He decided to go in with Qin Feng. Qin Feng was touched, but he didn't say anything. The gangster leading the way was excited. When he was less than 5 meters away from the entrance, he suddenly dashed forward. Someone, kill that brat. He offended us, the mafia. Let him go to hell. A dozen guards at the entrance ran out with guns in their hands. The gangster leading the way found a gun and stood in the crowd. He stared at Qin Feng with a playful smile. He was a completely different person from his previous trembling self. Peter, what's going on? Someone asked the gangster leading the way. Leg, that kid is the bastard who killed Leon and blew up Akama's egg not long ago. We just brought our brothers to look for trouble with him, but we were beaten badly by him. Pete briefly explained what happened. The dozen or so guards' faces turned sinister. In America, it was always the mafia that bullied others. It's been a long time since someone found trouble with the mafia. Brothers, don't shoot. I am Chinatown Chinese Association's President Yu Qing. I brought Brother Zhang Shuai to apologize to Big Brother Black Bear. Yu Qing was so scared that he stood up and begged for mercy. He was afraid that the other side would shoot if they didn't agree. There were a dozen guns pointed at him. He and Zhang Shuai could be turned into a hornet's nest in minutes. What Chinese Association chairman? Who the fuck do you think you are? If you dare to offend our mafia, there's only one outcome, and that's death. Peter was clamoring. When he was leading the way, he didn't even dare to fart. Brothers, I know you're Big Brother Black Bear. Let's talk inside. Yu Qing knew Black Bear, but Black Bear didn't know him. But the situation was so critical, so Yu Qing could only pretend first. Leg and Peter looked at each other. Peter said, Leg, I'll bring them in to see Big Brother. You guys guard the exit. Don't let these two brats escape. Humph, this is the mafia's base. Even a fly can't escape. Leg patted his chest and said arrogantly, Brat, come with me to see Big Brother. Big Brother will cut you into pieces. Peter pointed his gun at Qin Feng and stared at Qin Feng and Yu Qing. The mafia members looked like they were afraid Qin Feng would escape. If Qin Feng dared to run, they would immediately shoot. Yu Qing maintained his calm expression, but his trembling legs betrayed his nervousness. Qin Feng patted Yu Qing's shoulder and swaggered into the mafia's base. Peter walked in front. Qin Feng followed behind, and Yu Qing finished up. He occasionally looked back at the dozen or so strong men guarding the door, afraid that they would suddenly shoot. The mafia's base was very secretive because this underground garage had been abandoned for a long time and was located in a remote suburb of Watson. The lights in the garage were a bit dim. They walked a long way before they heard some noise. They walked to the end of the garage and turned into another garage. The scene in front of them changed dramatically. The dim lights became brighter and many people appeared in the empty garage. Chapter 942. The garage was filled with smoke and the strong smell of alcohol. The men and women inside were all very crazy. Some of them were sucking on white powder and were in a very high state. There were even a few couples who stripped naked and had sex in the hall in front of everyone. The people around them, however, were playing with their own things, as if they were not surprised by such a passionate scene. The whole house was filled with shouts and excited moans. As soon as Yu Qing entered the house, he was stunned by the chaotic scene inside. "Peter, come here quickly. We need someone to play cards." Peter was pulled back by two brawny men as soon as he entered the house. Peter shook off their arms and said, "Is Big Bro Black Bear here?" "Big Bro Black Bear is playing with a girl. He just kidnapped a Chinese chick from the street. She's tall and sexy with big breasts. You better not look for Big Bro now. If you anger Big Bro, you know what will happen." Peter spoke to the mafia members in English, and Yu Qing translated for Qin Feng. After translating, Peter continued to persuade Qin Feng to take the opportunity to escape. Yu Qing really didn't want to stay here for another minute. Of course, Qin Feng wouldn't escape. He came all the way to the mafia base and didn't even kill a single person. How could he leave? That wasn't Qin Feng's style. When Peter heard that Big Bro was doing business, he was in a difficult position. He really didn't dare to disturb Big Bro at this time. "Peter, what's wrong with those two Chinese pigs? Why did you bring Chinese pigs to the base?" The two brawny men who were talking to Peter suddenly looked at Qin Feng and Yu Qing. Their gazes were full of contempt as if they looked down on Chinese. Yu Qing was more or less angry, but he didn't dare to show it. Peter said in English, "That ugly man is the one who killed Leon and kicked Akama's egg not long ago. I caught him and waited for Big Bro to punish him." When they heard Qin Feng's identity, the two brawny men immediately slammed the table and stood up. They shouted at the top of their lungs, "Brothers, we found the bastard who killed Leon." Clatter. In an instant, all the gangsters who were playing cards stood up. Some of them even overturned the table. The couples who were fighting did not stop. However, the men carried the women over to Qin Feng and Yu Qing and continued to exercise in front of everyone. All of a sudden, 50 to 60 gangsters from the mafia surrounded him. Yu Qing was so scared that his legs began to tremble vigorously. He was disgusted in his heart. What kind of life did the gangsters live? Eating, drinking, whoring, and gambling from day to night, living in darkness. Yu Qing wouldn't even want to live such a life. "Brat, you're the one who killed Leon? Are you Huaxia people that arrogant? Fuck! How dare he come to the mafia's base after killing Leon? I'll keep you alive and tie you up like a dog, just like those slaves." A gangster pointed to a corner. Qin Feng and Yu Qing looked over. There were indeed a few people in the corner. These people were American and Huaxia people. There were both men and women. They had iron chains around their necks and iron hoops around their ankles to prevent them from escaping. There were a few dozen slaves, and all of them were dressed in rags. There was a metal bowl in front of them, and the food inside was disgusting. Even dogs wouldn't eat food that looked like vomit. These people were listless and skinny. It was obvious that they had been abused for years. Yu Qing felt a chill in his heart. Qin Feng's expression also darkened slightly. "Ha ha! Huaxia pigs. These two women are from Huaxia. I saw them on the street and wanted to play with them, but they weren't willing. So I captured them and brought them back. Now I play with them every day." A gangster walked to the corner and pulled one of the women's hair. He took off his pants and started to bully her. Yu Qing's face was ashen. That woman was also a Huaxia compatriot. Seeing a Huaxia person being abused like this, Yu Qing wanted to fight with these bastards. Animals, you bunch of animals. Save me, big brother, hurry and save me. Even Qin Feng was stunned. Suddenly, he heard a blood-curdling scream. It was a very young girl among the men and women who were fighting. She was screaming with all her might. This girl didn't look to be more than 17 or 18 years old. She was probably just captured. Her skin was still fair and tender, unlike the people in the corner who were dark and skinny. Hearing the Chinese woman scream, the gangsters in the garage whistled excitedly. The gangster who was carrying the girl suddenly sped up, causing the girl's scream to become even more ear-piercing. Animals, a bunch of animals. Yu Qing suddenly cursed. He was still a bit afraid of these gangsters, but the anger in his heart made him want to curse. Let go of that girl. Qin Feng's face turned cold, and traces of blood appeared in his eyes. Ha! I won't let go. I'm gonna kill her in front of you. What can you do to me? The man became even more agitated. He increased his strength and whipped Qin Feng with his belt. Whoosh! A white light flashed. Qin Feng didn't say anything. His actions showed the anger in his heart. Time seemed to stop for 2 seconds. In Qin Feng's eyes, time stopped. In everyone's eyes, everything was normal. The house was filled with the little girl's scream and the gangsters' excited cheers and whistles. Roar! 2 seconds later, the man who was exercising let out a loud cry. His upper body flew out and fell into a pool of blood. His lower body was still standing on the ground. It moved a few times due to inertia, then crashed to the ground. Bang! The sound of the crash wasn't loud, and many gangsters didn't even hear it. However, the surroundings immediately quieted down because everyone saw the strange scene. The man who was bullying the little girl a second ago was now separated from her body. He couldn't be more dead. Moreover, it seemed like nothing had happened. No one knew how the man became like this. Ah! The little girl was scared silly and couldn't stop screaming. Qin Feng pulled her behind him and pushed her to Yu Qing. Take her out. Yu Qing finally came back to his senses. He immediately took off his jacket and put it on the girl. Then, he pulled the girl to the entrance of the garage. Bang! After a short moment of silence, there was a crisp sound. A white brawny man with long blonde hair casually smashed the wine bottle on the table. He walked towards Qin Feng with half a glass shard. Chinese pig, did you do this? You dare to behave atrociously in the mafia's base. I'll teach you a lesson. With an angry roar, the white brawny man grabbed the broken wine bottle and stabbed it towards Qin Feng's face. Yu Qing was so scared that he cried out. Halfway through, Yu Qing suddenly stopped because he heard a heart-wrenching scream. However, it wasn't Qin Feng's voice. The originally noisy underground garage fell into silence. Only the white brawny man's roar could be heard. The glass bottle that was originally aimed at Qin Feng was now stabbed into the brawny man's face. The brawny man seemed to have gone blind. His face was covered in blood, and quite a bit of it dyed his blonde hair. He looked even scarier than a vampire. Everyone present was a member of the mafia. The mafia was an underground organization. Which one of them hadn't fought before? Which one hadn't killed before? No one dared to act ruthlessly in front of the mafia. Cruelty was the synonym for these members. However, many of the mafia members were frightened when they saw the scene before them. The cruel and bloody scene made their hearts beat faster. Fuck! Chinese pig! You're courting death. Brothers, grab your weapons and kill this Chinese pig. Soon, some people regained their senses. Then the underground garage exploded. More than 50 members of the mafia picked up their weapons and pounced on Qin Feng like a tidal wave. It's over. It's over. Quick. Run, let's run. Yu Qing was so scared that his voice began to tremble. He originally thought that if he came to the mafia's base, he might be able to save Qin Feng's life. In the end, Qin Feng attacked as soon as he arrived. It was a complete surprise to Yu Qing. Yu Qing had already started to run out, but he didn't see Qin Feng following him. Qin Feng stood at the entrance of the garage. His gaze had long since turned cold. These mafia members were all devoid of conscience. The incident with Han Ying was just one of the evil things they did every day. Qin Feng would never show mercy to these evildoers. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. In the enclosed garage there was no ventilation at all. Yet, there was a continuous gust of wind. The wind whistled, startling the mafia members. They didn't know where the wind came from. There was a blurry white light flashing in the surroundings. The white light flashed with a strong murderous aura. The sound of skin being cut came from the garage. Then, blood spurted out, followed by everyone's ghostly wails and wolf howls. The garage, which was already in a foul and messy state, had now turned into a living hell. The smell of alcohol mixed with the smell of blood couldn't escape from the enclosed garage. It was as disgusting as a super junkyard. More than 50 mafia hoodlums were enough to destroy a Chinatown. Their destructive power was unpredictable. But in front of Qin Feng, these people were like a group of babies who had just learned to crawl. They didn't even touch Qin Feng's body. They didn't have time to shoot, but they all fell to the ground one by one. What's going on? Yu Qing ran halfway, but he was still worried about Qin Feng. In the end, he ran back. But just as he turned the corner, Yu Qing was dumbstruck by the scene in front of him. There was no one standing in the garage. The arrogant and despotic hoodlums from before were all on the ground. Some were rolling in pools of blood and howling in pain. Some were motionless. They were probably already dead. Yu Qing couldn't use common sense to explain this. He'd only been gone for less than a minute. In that 1 minute, more than 50 hoodlums were taken down by Qin Feng? And they were taken down in such a cruel manner? How did Qin Feng do it? If you're not used to it, take the girl outside and wait for me. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Qin Feng didn't think Yu Qing would run back. He thought more and more of this person. Chapter 943. Motherfucker. Don't you know I'm busy? You're rebelling outside. Just as Yu Qing pulled the girl out, a tall and sturdy man walked out of the innermost row of the garage. The sturdy man was a black man. He was more than 2 meters tall, and his burly body was like a small mountain. He cursed as soon as he came out, but he stopped abruptly halfway. His eyes were about to fall out of their sockets. Looking at the scene in front of him, he even felt like he was transported to another world. Who are you? Behind the sturdy black man stood a short white man. The white man's body was flowing with a strange energy wave. He came back to his senses before the black man and stared at Qin Feng with a pair of blue eyes. Motherfucker, you're a Chinese pig. You dare to cause trouble in the mafia base? I'll blow your head off with one shot. The sturdy black man also came back to his senses. He was so angry that smoke was coming out of his head. The black man grabbed the rifle on his back and pulled it out. He aimed it at Qin Feng and shot. Bang, bang, bang. The rifle's movement was huge, and every shot was like a muffled thunder. After 3 shots, Black Bear stopped. His eyes fell to the ground, and he was so shocked that he couldn't speak. Qin Feng disappeared for a moment and then stood in his original position. Qin Feng wasn't injured, or rather, he wasn't hurt at all. Black Bear didn't know how Qin Feng did it. This Chinese pig could actually dodge bullets? And it was a rifle bullet. The white man standing behind Black Bear had a strange look in his eyes. No one knew what he was thinking. Black Bear still hadn't come back to his senses. Qin Feng said indifferently, "You're Black Bear. I'm the mafia boss, Black Bear. Who are you, brat?" The sturdy black man looked arrogant and angry, but in reality, he was a bit scared. "It's good that you're Black Bear. I'm here to send you off." After confirming Black Bear's identity, Qin Feng didn't waste any words. He casually clapped his hands and a white light flashed. Black Bear didn't notice at all. He raised his rifle and wanted to shoot again. The short white man standing behind him suddenly changed his expression. He suddenly closed his index finger as if he was activating some kind of ability. Buzz! A strange energy wave rippled out in all directions, and a layer of ice appeared in front of the Black Bear. The wind blade fell on the layer of ice, and a crisp sound rang out. The ice was incomparably hard, and only a small scratch appeared. Bang! The Black Bear fired a shot, and the rifle bullet hit the ice. The mark left behind was not much different from the wind blade. Lord William Hill, What happened to you? When Black Bear saw the layer of ice in front of him, he immediately realized that something was wrong. He looked at William Hill in surprise. The layer of ice was still in front of the two of them. Qin Feng couldn't see the two of them clearly because of the wall of ice. William Hill's cold voice came from behind the layer of ice. "Who are you? Why did you come to the mafia base?" Qin Feng was stunned for a moment. He realized that William Hill was actually an ice-type mutant. Moreover, from William Hill's name, this guy was obviously from the William family. One of the main reasons Qin Feng came to America to film this time was to complete the mission, stop the William family's plan. Not long ago, Qin Feng upgraded the Hero Alliance, but he couldn't get in touch with Li Xingtian. Qin Feng didn't know what went wrong. Now that he had coincidentally met a member of the William family, Qin Feng's mind moved closer to the mission. "Who are you? How can you create ice out of thin air?" Qin Feng pretended to be ignorant and asked William Hill. Black Bear came to his senses and laughed proudly. "Ha ha! Chinese pig, you must be a Chinese ancient martial artist. But that's useless. Don't think you're great just because you've learned some martial arts. The mafia isn't as simple as you think. The person beside me is from the William family in America. The mafia has long submitted to the William family. They can kill you in minutes." Black Bear was so agitated that he blurted out everything. William Hill glared at Black Bear, and he was so scared that he immediately covered his mouth and kept quiet. "William family in America? I've never heard of it. Is it a powerful family?" Qin Feng continued to play dumb. Black Bear didn't dare to speak anymore. This time, William Hill spoke. "Don't ask if you don't know. You won't have the chance to find out anyway. Since you're here to die, I'll fulfill your wish." Fortunately, Black Bear and William Hill could speak some Chinese. Otherwise, Qin Feng would have to ask Yu Qing to translate for him. Whoosh! As soon as William Hill finished speaking, a wind-breaking sound came from the air. It didn't sound like wind breaking. It was as if the air had solidified. An ice spike that was dozens of meters long extended from William Hill's hand to Qin Feng. In the blink of an eye, it was about to pierce Qin Feng's heart. William Hill's eyes gleamed with amusement. He could almost see the scene of Qin Feng's heart being pierced through. Rumble! Suddenly, a ball of flame appeared and instantly melted the ice spike in front of Qin Feng. Fire and ice had never been able to coexist. However, when the fire of destruction encountered the ice thorns, it was as if it had encountered a fuse. It quickly shot toward Black Bear and William Hill before hitting the ice wall in front of them. Bang! A loud noise reverberated. The sturdy ice wall instantly shattered, and the Black Bear flew directly to the door behind it. Its bones were about to fall apart. William Hill's reaction was faster, and he leaped to avoid the fireball that was flying towards him. After he steadied himself, William Hill's eyes shone with astonishment. He started to size up Qin Feng again. The disdain in his eyes was nowhere to be seen. After a long time, William Hill asked in astonishment, "Why, you're also a mutant?" Qin Feng ignored William Hill. He looked at Yu Qing and the little girl who were standing at the door and said, "President Yu, please release those slaves." Yu Qing was still in a daze. What he saw today completely shattered his decades of knowledge and common sense. Yu Qing knew that Qin Feng was very powerful and could take someone's life with a wave of his hand. But he never imagined that Qin Feng could shoot out a fireball with just a lift of his hand. And that guy named William Hill, he could actually condense ice? What kind of weird people are they? Ah? Oh. Yu Qing couldn't understand these strange things no matter how hard he racked his brain. He nodded dumbly and asked the little girl to stay at the door, while Yu Qing ran to the corner of the wall to rescue the slaves. Cough, cough. Lord William Hill, no, we can't let those people go. Black Bear was lying in a pool of blood and coughing non-stop. William Hill glared at Black Bear and ignored Yu Qing's behavior. At this moment, William Hill's heart was filled with shock and fear. Mutants were divided into different levels. The higher the level, the more powerful the mutant's ability. To put it simply, the ice released by a rank 4 ice mutant was much stronger than a rank 3 ice mutant. William Hill was now a rank 4 ice mutant. His ice was easily destroyed by the fireball released by the Chinese man. William Hill could roughly guess that Qin Feng was at least a rank 5 fire mutant. Even in the huge William family, a level 5 arcanist was a rare existence. What do we do now, Zheng Shuai? Yu Qing quickly rescued the slaves. These people had been tortured to the point that their nerves had gone haywire. They were all smiling at Qin Feng like idiots. The situation had changed completely beyond Yu Qing's expectation. He brought Qin Feng here to plead for mercy, but he found out that Qin Feng was here to cause trouble. The arrogant mafia boss Black Bear was nothing in Qin Feng's eyes. Yu Qing believed that if Qin Feng was not willing, Black Bear would die at any moment. Wait outside with them for a while, Qin Feng said. Yu Qing was now completely obedient to Qin Feng. Whatever Qin Feng said, he would do. Yu Qing hurriedly brought the group of people to stay at the entrance of the garage, not daring to go anywhere. Qin Feng had already walked towards William Hill. William Hill was so scared that his legs were trembling. What do you want? It's just a misunderstanding between us. Don't do anything stupid. I can recommend you to the William family in America. You will be nurtured heavily. William Hill knew that he was no match for this Chinese man. He did not want to fight anymore. All he wanted now was to reconcile with Qin Feng. Black Bear was stupefied by this scene. In Black Bear's heart, Lord William Hill was a godlike existence. He could release ice out of thin air and kill people with a wave of his hand. However, William Hill was pleading with the Chinese man in front of him. Even though he had seen it with his own eyes, Black Bear couldn't accept it. Qin Feng was a little excited, but his face was expressionless. What the hell is the William family? You want me to develop there? I don't even care about the mafia. Do you think I care about the William family? My Chinese friend, why you don't understand the power of the William family? The mafia is nothing. They have long been subdued by the William family. The William family has nurtured a large group of mutants. They are people with special abilities like you and me. With your current strength, if you join the William family, you won't have to worry for the rest of your life. William Hill took the initiative to tell Qin Feng about the William family. Qin Feng pretended to be moved, but he still refused. You are a dying man. Of course, you will say something nice. Anyway, I'm not familiar with America. I won't be able to tell if you are lying. Qin Feng was 1 meter away from William Hill. William Hill was getting more and more afraid. Even he did not know what to be afraid of. In short, Qin Feng's body emitted a strong aura. It was so strong that William Hill could not breathe. I didn't lie to you. That's right. Why your friend lives in America, right? Why you can ask him. He must know about the William family. William Hill suddenly thought of Yu Qing. Black Bear was depressed to death. Lord William Hill was begging this Chinese pig to join the William family? And this Chinese pig looked like he despised the William family. Chapter 944. Qin Feng looked at the entrance of the garage. Yu Qing stood at the entrance with a group of rescued slaves. President Yu, do you know about the William family? Yu Qing was so shocked that he almost fell. The mafia was powerful enough in his eyes, but the William family was on a whole different level. It was an existence that he, Yu Qing, could never come into contact with normally. Why yes, I know. They're very powerful. Yu Qing didn't know what words to use to describe the William family. In fact, he didn't know much about the William family either. Yu Qing had only heard about the William family from others. See, I didn't lie to you. If you come with me to the William family, I promise you'll have a more honorable identity and more powerful skills. I'll make you 10 times more powerful than you are now. William Hill heaved a sigh of relief. He was afraid that Yu Qing would say, I don't know. Then William Hill would be scared to death. Qin Feng felt it was funny to see William Hill throwing out all kinds of bait to tempt him. Of course, Qin Feng wanted to infiltrate the William family. He was just whetting William Hill's appetite. So, the William family is indeed powerful. But you and Black Yak wanted to kill me just now. Why would I spare you? Qin Feng suddenly laughed coldly. This laughter was too terrifying. It was like the sound of death coming from the mouth of a demon from hell. William Hill trembled in fear. Black Bear was also trembling with anger. Chinese pig, you called me Black Yak? Do you want to die? I'm Black Bear. Black Bear wasn't afraid of Qin Feng, or rather, he wasn't as afraid of Qin Feng as William Hill was. Black Bear didn't know the power of ancient warriors and mutants. He knew Qin Feng could shoot fireballs, but Black Bear had a gun. He didn't believe that he couldn't hit Qin Feng. Bang, 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 bang. As soon as Black Bear finished speaking, he started shooting crazily with the rifle in his hand. Black Bear emptied more than 10 bullets in a few breaths. At this moment, the rifle made clicking sounds as if it was empty. The rifle's power was so great that it exploded everywhere it hit. The underground garage, which was already filled with a foul stench of blood and smoke, was now filled with dust. Broken glass shards, wood shavings, and iron pieces fell all over the ground. It was difficult to see the surroundings clearly. Qin Feng disappeared. From the moment He Xiong fired the first shot, Qin Feng had disappeared. Yu Qing and the others stood at the corner of the door. Everyone was so scared that their hearts raced. They didn't know if Qin Feng was dead or alive. Everyone hoped that Qin Feng was alive. He was the hero in everyone's hearts. The garage was silent. William Hill and the big Black Bear did not speak. William Hill was scared out of his wits. He gritted his teeth and glared at Black Bear, wishing he could slap this idiot to death. Black Bear also realized the serious consequences. He realized that he seemed to have underestimated the strength of that Huasha pig. Shoo! The wind howled. With a flash of white light, Black Bear's hand on the trigger fell to the ground. It was so fast that Black Bear didn't even have time to react. He didn't feel any pain and subconsciously looked at his right hand. There was an empty space below his arm. His palm and half of his arm were gone. Black Bear was so scared that his heart stopped beating. Roar! 2 seconds later, the Black Bear's heart-wrenching scream rang out from the garage. William Hill broke out in a cold sweat. This time, even he didn't notice the white light. He didn't know how Qin Feng had attacked. This Chinese man was too strange. Even a paranormal like William Hill was afraid of Qin Feng. Whoosh! The sound of air freezing exploded. It was William Hill who had regained his senses. He activated his special ability as soon as he regained his senses. However, it was not to attack Qin Feng. The ice spike pierced through Black Bear's head. Black Bear, who was screaming in pain, fell to the ground. The garage fell into silence again. Ah! Yu Qing couldn't help but scream. Before today, the Mafia was an untouchable existence in Yu Qing's eyes. But in just a few minutes, Yu Qing's worldview had been turned upside down. Yu Qing realized that the Mafia was nothing more than this. The big brother of the Mafia, Black Bear, was just a lackey. This demon who could summon the wind and summon the rain in the eyes of ordinary people was just an ant in the eyes of Qin Feng and the others. Black Bear died just like that. The big brother of the Mafia was no longer breathing. It seemed like the entire Mafia was going to be destroyed by Qin Feng alone. The organization that had dominated the American underworld for decades collapsed in an instant. Everything happened too fast. It was beyond Yu Qing's scope of acceptance. Not only him, but the girl who was bullied earlier also screamed. The dozens of slaves who were abused screamed with different emotions. What do you mean? Qin Feng looked at William Hill coldly. William Hill was shocked. He didn't understand what Qin Feng meant. What else could William Hill mean? He had killed Black Bear. Obviously, he wanted to flatter Qin Feng and improve the relationship between him and Qin Feng. However, Qin Feng didn't seem to be satisfied with this method. My Chinese friend, that big Black Yak, is blind. This kind of person deserves to die. William Hill looked at Qin Feng with a face full of smiles. Qin Feng curled his lips. Of course he's going to die, but it depends on how he dies. I was going to hack him into 1,000 pieces and then throw him under the sun to die. You killed him so easily. Who do you think I should torture? A cold smile flashed in Qin Feng's eyes. William Hill was so scared that tears came out of his eyes. He thought he was a cruel and merciless person who killed people like killing chickens. However, after seeing Qin Feng, William Hill felt that he was too kind in the past. Don't torture me. We're good friends. William Hill hurriedly begged for mercy. Are we good friends? We just met, right? Qin Feng said with a smile. No, no, no. That's not it. Some people can't be friends even if they know each other for a lifetime. Some people become friends with benefits after seeing each other once. No, 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 we become best friends. You and I are the latter. I was deeply attracted by your domineering aura when I saw you. We'll definitely become good friends. Oh, right. I still want to introduce you to the William family. Why you can't kill me? William Hill was so scared that his soul almost left his body. Qin Feng was amused by his timid appearance. Qin Feng's expression was still cold. He thought for a while and said, Then, when are you going to bring me to the William family? Qin Feng's thoughts jumped too quickly. William Hill froze for a while before coming back to his senses. I'll go back and recommend you to the William family's higher-ups. Then, the family will send a representative to review your situation. With the strength of your fire ability, you'll definitely be favored by the family's higher-ups. Qin Feng curled his lips impatiently. Why is it so troublesome? Now I don't want to go to the William family anymore. Otherwise I'll just kill you. Thump! William Hill couldn't take it anymore. His legs went soft and he knelt in front of Qin Feng. William Hill used to be a godlike person. He never thought that one day he would be so scared that he would kneel to someone. Bro, don't worry. When I get back, I'll take care of your matter. I definitely won't let you wait for too long. Qin Feng said those words on purpose to scare William Hill. The filming of Hedonist Sovereign was almost done. Qin Feng had to hurry and complete the William family's task. Then I'll give you 3 days. After 3 days, you'll die from the poison. When Qin Feng finished speaking, he stabbed a needle into William Hill's head. William Hill looked at the black silver needle in Qin Feng's hand and asked with a confused expression, Bro, what did you do to me just now? Nothing. This is a Chinese poison needle. If you don't have the antidote in 3 days, your body will rot and die, Qin Feng explained indifferently. After all, he wasn't the one dying. William Hill seemed to have heard of Chinese acupuncture before. He was so scared that his face turned pale. I'll definitely take care of it in 3 days. Bro, don't forget to detoxify me then. William Hill knew that Qin Feng wouldn't detoxify him now. He only hoped that when he introduced Qin Feng to the William family, this Chinese man wouldn't go back on his word. After talking about the William family, Qin Feng completely lost interest in William Hill. Is there anyone else in the room? Why, there are a few Chinese girls in there. They were all caught by Black Bear. I didn't do anything. Really? William Hill said while trembling. Seeing William Hill's reaction, Qin Feng knew that the women in the room were tortured. Qin Feng kicked William Hill's butt, and William Hill fell to the door of the storage room. Yu Qing and the others were shocked. You can leave now, Qin Feng said coldly. William Hill felt as if a heavy burden had been lifted from his shoulders. He ignored the pain in his body and got up to run out. Yu Qing brought a group of people to Qin Feng's side. Zhang Shuai, let's hurry and leave. There are still some people in the room. Go and check. Save those who can be saved. Only Qin Feng and the others were left standing in the underground parking lot. Blood flowed like a river on the ground, and some of the surviving mafia members were moaning in pain. Yu Qing and the dozen people who were saved went to check the room. After 5 minutes, they brought another 7 or 8 people out. You guys leave first. Qin Feng gestured to Yu Qing, and Yu Qing hurriedly left with the others. No one knew what Qin Feng was going to do, but they all listened to Qin Feng. These slaves were saved by Qin Feng. It wasn't just a life, it was a rebirth. If Qin Feng didn't save these people today, they didn't know how long they would be tortured by the mafia members. They were tortured every day and lived in darkness. It was worse than death. Rumble, rumble. Just as Yu Qing and the others left, Qin Feng shot out a dozen fireballs. The destructive fire raged and burned the underground parking lot in an instant. Chapter 945. For the next few days, Qin Feng continued to shoot the movie while waiting for news from William Hill. The filming of Hedonist Sovereign went very smoothly. Later on, the filming location was changed from Chinatown to other places. Almost all of the main landmarks and architectural attractions of Watson City were filmed. Qin Feng realized that his trip to America was not in vain. He had traveled from China to America, and it was a wonderful feeling. Ha ha ha! What the hell are you guys doing? No, no, no. Keep shooting. Qin Feng was quite excited that he would be able to extend his acting skills to the White House. However, things didn't go as smoothly today because Director Henry and Director Tom were discharged from the hospital. Qin Feng's eyes lit up. Ever since they were beaten up by Ma Xinxin and the other girls at the party, they had been lying in the hospital recuperating. According to the doctor's advice, they had to stay in the hospital for another week. However, Henry and Tom couldn't swallow the humiliation. They had always been the ones who fucked all the beauties in the world. Since when did they have to be hospitalized after being beaten up by a beauty? Henry's arm was wrapped in gauze, and Tom was sitting in a wheelchair with a cast on one of his legs. The two of them started to pick on Qin Feng and the other girls as soon as they arrived at the hospital. It was supposed to be a simple scene, but it still didn't pass even after 10 reshoots. Hey, hanged ghost and crippled leg, are you done? Cuckoo is so good at acting, so why are you shouting cut? Zhang Cuckoo was already displeased. She exploded in anger and rushed to Henry and Tom to question them. Zhang Cuckoo was the woman that Henry fell in love with. However, after experiencing Zhang Cuckoo's sexy side, Henry felt that he was blind. You're good at acting? Even a random person from the streets can act better than you. Anyway, it's just that. Continue filming. Zhang Cuckoo had stepped on Henry's head not long ago, and he even tripped over the watermelon skin that Zhang Cuckoo threw at him. Henry still bore this grudge in his heart, so he didn't treat Zhang Cuckoo nicely. Tom was also infuriated. He echoed Henry and yelled, "Continue shooting! Don't eat if you can't perform well today." Zhang Cuckoo was a glutton. She went crazy when she heard that she wouldn't be able to eat. She rushed to Tom's side and kicked him hard. However, Tom didn't feel anything because Zhang Cuckoo's leg was in a cast. But Zhang Cuckoo's leg hurt. "Ha ha! You silly girl, come and kick me. Kick me a few more times." Tom was stunned at first, but then he burst into laughter. Zhang Kiki was furious. She lifted her foot and kicked again. This time, she stepped on Tom's other leg. The pain made Tom sweat profusely. "Ow! You dare to kick me? Why you can stop acting. I'm going to disqualify you." Tom glared at Zhang Cuckoo and roared. Zhang Cuckoo was not afraid at all. Instead, she shouted, "Why should I be disqualified? You're the one who asked me to kick you, okay? I haven't asked you for the fee yet. Hurry up. Give me 100,000 yuan for the fee." Tom almost fainted from anger when he saw Zhang Cuckoo's outstretched hand. "You kicked me and still want to pay for it? Why don't you just die?" However, Tom's mouth opened and closed for a long time, but he couldn't squeeze out a word. He recalled that he was right. He was the one who asked that silly woman to kick him. After Zhang Cuckoo messed around for a while, Qin Feng walked over with the girls and said, "Let's go back for dinner. We're not shooting today." "Wow, that's great. Big brother Jing Shui knows me the best. Let's go back to the hotel." Zhang Cuckoo was so excited that she danced with joy. Then, she followed Qin Feng and the others back to the hotel. Henry and Tom gnashed their teeth in anger. They threatened to replace Qin Feng as the first male lead and demanded to cancel the filming of Hedonist Sovereign for the next few days. However, Qin Feng did not even turn to look at them. It was as if he could not hear them at all. After Qin Feng and the others left, the staff of Hong Kong's House of Millions Media also left. After staying in America for a few days, they had become familiar with each other. They treated each other like good friends. Therefore, the staff naturally sided with Qin Feng and the others. "Director, are you going back as well? What's the meaning of this?" Henry was so angry that his nose became crooked when he saw the staff of Hong Kong's film producer was leaving. "Director Henry, don't forget that this movie is funded by Hong Kong's House of Millions Media. We're only cooperating with you for the convenience of filming. If you dare to anger our actors again, I'll cancel our cooperation." The Hong Kong director didn't even turn his head as he threw down his threat and left. Only Henry and Tom and the others were left in the noisy atmosphere. They were so angry that smoke could be seen coming out of their heads. A bunch of country bumpkins. What's there to be proud of? We wouldn't want such a lousy movie even if we gave it to America's Can Film Group for free. Yet they treat it like a treasure. Sigh. China's film industry is really backward. Henry and Tom began to look down on Qin Feng and the others. They tried to vent their anger by mocking them. After they complained for a while, the staff of Can Film Group said, "Director Henry, our company has bought the rights to the simultaneous screening of this movie in America not long ago." "What the fuck? Are you crazy? Who the fuck told you to buy the rights?" Henry jumped in fright. If not for Tom's broken leg, he would have jumped in fright as well. "Director, we didn't buy the rights. It's the boss of our company who wanted this movie," the staff said. Henry and Tom's expression changed. They didn't dare to say anything else. Hee hee. Actually, the filming of Hedonist Sovereign is not bad. The theme is novel and the filming method is unique. I believe the box office will soar after it's screened. Henry and Tom changed their attitude. Even their colleagues were speechless. The staff of Can Film and Television also left. Now only Tom and Henry were left in the room. Fuck. The boss has been eating too much shit recently. How could he buy the rights to Hedonist Sovereign? Tom couldn't help but complain after everyone left. Henry also felt that the boss had been eating too much shit. However, he didn't put much thought into it. Not long ago, Qin Feng and the girls had set them up. Henry had to find a way to take revenge. "Tom, let's not talk about other things. Let's find some people and beat that brat Zheng Shuai up." Henry went straight to the point. Tom thought for a while. Suddenly, he slapped his wheelchair and wanted to stand up. However, he found that he couldn't stand because of his broken leg. However, this didn't affect his excitement. "I know a powerful person. He can definitely teach Zheng Shuai a lesson." "What powerful person? He can't be an ordinary hooligan, right? That kind of person is useless. I heard that during the few days we were hospitalized, Zheng Shuai shot a scene and offended the mafia. At that time, dozens of gangsters from the mafia came, but they were all beaten away by that brat," Henry said. Tom also heard about this, so he naturally thought that the person was not an ordinary person. "Don't worry about that. My big brother is from the William family. He's different from ordinary people. He has superpowers." Once he heard about the William family, Henry's expression became respectful. This showed that the William family was indeed very powerful in America. "Really? I heard that all members of the William family have superpowers. What's your friend's superpower?" "I don't know the specifics. It's a secret of the William family. I don't dare to ask." Tom's expression also became very respectful. "Then, is he willing to help us? How's your relationship?" Henry was a little excited. If the William family was willing to help them, then it would be a matter of minutes to take care of Zheng Shuai. He should be able to. You should know that men can't resist the temptation of money and beauty. Previously, when I asked him for help, I gave him money or gave him celebrities to play with. He always helped me. Okay. As long as your big brother is willing to help us, money and beauty are not a problem. We must regain our lost reputation. Otherwise, we won't be able to survive in this industry anymore," Henry said. Tom nodded. He agreed with Henry's words. The two of them had only been hospitalized for slightly more than a week. After they came out, they realized that many things had changed. For example, the few American colleagues who left just now. They used to fawn over the two of them, but now they didn't even want to talk to them. After Tom and Henry discussed the plan to deal with Qin Feng, Tom started to call his big brother for help. Qin Feng brought the women back to the hotel. They had lunch together and returned to their respective rooms. After spending some time with Han Ying, Qin Feng and Han Ying regained the feeling they had in the past. Han Ying's fear of contact gradually improved. At least now, when Qin Feng hugged and touched her, Han Ying wasn't as nervous anymore. "I'm going to take a call." Qin Feng's cell phone rang while he was watching TV with Han Ying and Ma Xin in the living room. Who is it? Qin Feng went to the bedroom and answered the call. Brother Zheng Shuai, right? I'm William Hill. I've already told the higher-ups of the William family that 2 higher-ups want to see you tonight. I've even booked a hotel. Let's meet at the Watson Hotel at 7 p.m. It had been 2 days since Qin Feng destroyed the mafia's base. William Hill had received news so quickly. It seemed like he was really afraid of death. Okay. I'll be there in a minute. Wait for me at the hotel entrance. If I don't see you, I'll leave. Qin Feng hung up the phone and returned to the living room. He put on the white suit that was on the sofa. Qin Feng, are you going out? Han Ying asked Qin Feng. I have something to do. You guys continue watching TV. What is it? Why don't big sister Ying and I accompany you? Ma Xin came up and held Qin Feng's arm. She looked Qin Feng up and down with her beautiful eyes as if she suspected that Qin Feng was going to have an affair. Stop looking. With beauties like you and Ying accompanying me every day, where can I find another woman? I'm going to take care of business. It's inconvenient for you guys to follow me. Qin Feng saw through Ma Xin's intentions with a glance. Ma Xin was so happy that she couldn't close her mouth. Brat, you have good taste. I'll walk you out. Chapter 946. Watson Hotel. This was a very high-class and unique hotel. Usually, it only served American high-ranking officials and nobles. If you had money but no status, you wouldn't be able to eat there. Qin Feng called a taxi and rushed over. Just as he got out of the car, he saw William Hill looking left and right at the entrance of the hotel. Brother Zheng Shuai, to this way. William Hill quickly saw Qin Feng and walked over excitedly. No need to be so polite, we're not that close. Take me in to see the higher-ups of the William family. Qin Feng didn't have a good impression of William Hill, so he didn't waste words with him. William Hill hesitated and didn't walk into the hotel. It seemed like he had something to say. Qin Feng glanced at William Hill's face. This guy used to be a pretty boy with smooth and exquisite skin that was better than a woman's. Now his face was black, his lips were purple, and there were many pimples on his face. It was obvious that he was heavily poisoned. What's wrong? Hurry up and lead the way. Qin Feng acted like he didn't see the change in William Hill's face and yelled at him coldly. William Hill was extremely sullen. Seeing that Qin Feng was playing dumb and didn't mention the antidote, he could only say it himself. Brother Zheng Shuai, why you see that I'm trying so hard to get you to meet the higher-ups of the William family. Shouldn't you help me detoxify the poison? Qin Feng looked at William Hill with confusion and said seriously, Detoxify the poison? What poison? William Hill was so angry that he almost fell. He had asked around these 2 days and knew that Zheng Shuai was an actor. This person was fucking born to be an actor. He acted like a real person. Brother Zheng Shuai, did you forget? 2 days ago at the mafia base, you pricked me with a poisonous needle. Qin Feng looked like he had a sudden realization and said, Oh, now that you mention it, I remember. It's my fault for pricking too many people and forgetting many things. I also forgot about you. Today, I didn't even bring the silver needles to detoxify the poison. Let's wait for next time. Qin Feng had an indifferent attitude, but William Hill was scared to tears. Didn't the poison needles have to be detoxified within 3 days? If I die next time, how the hell would I detoxify the poison? How about Brother Zheng Shuai go back and get the silver needles? I can drive you myself. No matter what, William Hill had to detoxify himself today. Otherwise, he wouldn't feel at ease. Don't worry, don't worry. The poison will only take effect after 7 days. It's only the 2nd day. What are you afraid of? I'm not afraid at all. Qin Feng said with a wave of his hand. William Hill rolled his eyes and almost kicked Qin Feng. Is it 7 days? Didn't you say 3 days? Oh? Did I say 3 days? How could it be so fast? My poison needles usually take effect in 7 days. You must have remembered wrongly. William Hill was sure that he remembered correctly because this was a matter of life and death. Very soon, William Hill understood that he had been tricked by Zheng Shuai. William Hill was very angry, but he didn't dare to show it. He still hadn't detoxified the poison, and he didn't believe Qin Feng's nonsense. Even though Qin Feng said that the poison would only take 7 days, maybe after this meal, Qin Feng would change his words and say that it would still take 3 days. Brother Zheng Shuai, since the poison will only take effect after 7 days, I'm not in a hurry. I can't delay your important business today. Let me bring you in now. William Hill smiled and tried to please Qin Feng. Qin Feng waved his hand, and the two of them walked into the hotel. Halfway through, Qin Feng's cell phone rang. William Hill tactfully retreated to the side. Qin Feng looked at his cell phone. It was an unknown number. Who is this? Is this Zhang Shuai? I'm Director Tom. The caller was Tom. This was out of Qin Feng's expectation. Oh, it's crippled leg. Why are you looking for me? Qin Feng used Zhang Ke's nickname for Tom. She felt that Zhang Ke's ability to come up with nicknames was on par with hers. The other side of the phone was silent for a while. Perhaps Tom was trying to guess who crippled leg was. After a while, Tom's voice became high-pitched. It seemed like he already knew that he was crippled leg. Where are you, Zheng Shuai? It seems like the conflict between us hasn't been resolved yet. I'm at the Watson Hotel. Come over. Henry and I have a table. Let's have a drink and resolve the misunderstanding between us. Is Hanged Ghost with you as well? Watson Hotel. I'm right here. Qin Feng was puzzled. Why would Henry ask him to meet at the Watson Hotel? Could it be a coincidence? Zheng Shuai, I'm here as well. Wait for me at the Watson Hotel. We'll be there soon. Henry's angry voice came from the other side of the phone. It seemed like he didn't like the nickname Hanged Ghost. Qin Feng hung up the phone. He didn't care about Henry and Tom at all. They were just ordinary people. Qin Feng wasn't interested in them. Brother Zheng Shuai, are you done with your fight? William Hill returned. Lead the way, Qin Feng said indifferently. The Watson Hotel was lavishly decorated. It was even more unique than the star hotel that Qin Feng was staying in. William Hill led Qin Feng through 2 corridors and arrived at a private room. The room was spacious. It was a suite for dining. There were all sorts of delicacies on the dining table, but there was no one there. 2 men were chatting on the sofa in the lounge. Cousin Professor Mike. This is Zheng Shuai. William Hill had already walked in front of the old man and the young man. He respectfully greeted the both of them. Prince William and Professor Mike were sizing Qin Feng up. Qin Feng was also sizing them up. He was speechless when he saw them. You are Zheng Shuai. I heard from my cousin that you can use the flame ability? Prince William was dressed in a white suit. With his golden hair and well-defined facial features, he was as handsome as a prince on a white horse from a fairy tale. Qin Feng realized that Prince William's Chinese was getting better and better. At least, Qin Feng didn't feel like laughing when he heard Prince William speak. That's right. I can control flames, Qin Feng said calmly. Prince William suddenly raised his hand. A strange energy wave rippled in the air. The air seemed to solidify. In the blink of an eye, an ice spike flew toward Qin Feng's chest. Rumble. Before the icicle could touch Qin Feng's body, a fireball flew past him. The fireball was so huge that it looked like a burning sun. The icicle instantly melted, and the fireball continued to fly. It looked like Prince William was going to be engulfed by it. Buzz! Professor Mike was shocked. He didn't even have the time to speak. He immediately activated his space ability. An even more ferocious energy wave surged. Prince William suddenly disappeared. The fireball hit the wall and created a big hole. Prince William fell to the ground, but he had already run to another gym more than 10 meters away. What are you trying to do? Professor Mike didn't even have time to look at Prince William. In a flash, he stood at the exit of the room and stared at Qin Feng with his old eyes. Qin Feng didn't want to do anything. He just wanted to take the opportunity to beat up Prince William. He didn't expect Professor Mike to react so quickly and save Prince William. I want to ask you, what are you trying to do? Qin Feng met Professor Mike's gaze fearlessly. Prince William ran back. When he looked at Qin Feng, there was a trace of anger in his eyes. You wanted to kill me just now? That's right. Because you wanted to kill me too. Qin Feng didn't hide anything. He felt that he could only deceive the two if he was honest. The atmosphere froze. William Hill was so scared that he didn't know what to do. He would never have thought that Zheng Shuai would fight with the two higher-ups as soon as he entered the room. William Hill, are these the higher-ups you were talking about? I'm very dissatisfied with their attitude. I've decided not to join the William family. Qin Feng suddenly turned to leave, but Professor Mike blocked the door. Prince William and Professor Mike had calmed down. After they brought Li Xingtian back from Provincial Capital University, they had been frantically raising their abilities. Back then, Prince William was only a rank 3 ice ability user. Now, he had broken through to rank 4 ice ability user. Professor Mike was even more powerful. From a rank 4 spatial ability user, he had broken through to a rare rank 5 spatial ability user. Both of them had seen Qin Feng's flames. The flames could melt Prince William's ice in an instant. This meant that Qin Feng was at least a rank 5 fire ability user. Prince William and Professor Mike didn't want to miss such a powerful ability user. Little friend Zheng Shuai, don't be angry. It was all a misunderstanding, Professor Mike said. Prince William also walked over. He lowered his stance and said, "Since this is the first time we met, I wanted to test your ability. I have no intention of killing you. It was just a test." Prince William and Professor Mike lowered their stance. Qin Feng curled his lips and said, "There are many ways to test me. You could have just let me release my fire ability. Why did you have to attack me all of a sudden? How can I join the William family with peace of mind under such circumstances? When I join your family, it will be filled with your people. Won't you join forces to bully me? Don't tell me you saw that I have a fire ability and want to capture me to burn the boiler?" Prince William and Professor Mike's mouths twitched. Both of them really admired Qin Feng's imagination. William Hill couldn't help but want to laugh. However, he didn't dare to. He held it in until his neck turned red. "Then what do you want? Professor Mike and I have already expressed our apologies. You can't only vent your anger after we beat William Hill up, right?" Qin Feng and William Hill were stunned when they heard Prince William's words. Qin Feng didn't expect Prince William to be so shameless. He was practically on par with him. William Hill's smile disappeared instantly. He was depressed. Why did he have to beat him up? "Brother Zheng Shuai, we are good friends. I'm sure you won't beat me up, right?" William Hill looked at Qin Feng guiltily. Chapter 947. William Hill was depressed, very depressed. His name was Hill, but Qin Feng called him shit. Worse still, he was beaten up by Prince William for no reason. William Hill stood at the side with a swollen face. He did not dare to express his anger. Prince William was sweating profusely. He took off his suit jacket and threw it aside. "Are you satisfied now, Zheng Shuai?" Prince William looked at Qin Feng angrily. "What's there to be satisfied about? You were the one who wanted to beat shit. It has nothing to do with me." Qin Feng's words infuriated Prince William and William Hill. Prince William was too lazy to talk nonsense with Qin Feng. He went straight to the point. "Professor Mike and I have seen your fire ability. It's very good. The William family needs a talent like you. You can join us and follow us back to the family for further training and nurturing." When it came to business, Professor Mike and the other two stared straight at Qin Feng, waiting for Qin Feng's final decision. The room was silent. Suddenly, Qin Feng's phone rang. Then, Henry's voice came from outside the door. "Is that bastard here or not? I don't see him," Tom said from his wheelchair. "If he dares to lie to us, I'll ask Big Brother Hill to go to the Star Hotel and kill Zheng Shuai. Yes, this bastard is a thorn in our side. We must get rid of him." Henry agreed as he pushed Tom. "All right, this bastard hasn't answered the phone. Let's go in and greet Big Brother Hill. It seems like a few of his friends are here. We must be respectful." Tom hung up the phone. "Don't worry. Big Brother Hill is a member of the William family. We can't afford to offend him." Henry nodded like a chick pecking at grains. After a while, Henry pushed Tom into the room. Then Henry and Tom were shocked. They had just called Zheng Shuai, only to find that Zheng Shuai was standing in the room. Hey, Big Brother Hill, what's going on? Tom was confused. He was in a daze. Prince William and Professor Mike were on tenterhooks at such a critical moment. Two people suddenly came in. One had a bandage around his neck and the other had a cast on his leg. This made Prince William very unhappy. William Hill, what are you doing? Prince William roared at William Hill. William Hill was so scared that his legs were trembling. He had indeed asked Tom to come. He had originally wanted Tom to arrange a few celebrities to please Prince William and Professor Mike at night. Who would have thought that the two of them would come at such a bad time? Moreover, everyone had clearly heard the conversation between Tom and Henry in the corridor just now. The two of them seemed to have mentioned Zheng Shuai and wanted to take revenge on him. Were they stupid? Tom, take your friend out first. William Hill gave Tom a wink. Tom had long noticed that the atmosphere in the room was not right. He couldn't figure out why Zheng Shuai was here, but Tom was not in the mood to guess. He quickly gave Henry a look, and Henry immediately pushed the card out. Wait, isn't this Director Tom and Director Henry? You called me to have dinner at the hotel. Why didn't you greet me? Just as the two of them reached the door, Qin Feng's laughter sounded from behind them. To Tom and Henry, this laughter was even more terrifying than the voice of a demon. The two of them had no choice but to stop. They turned around and chuckled at Qin Feng. Yo, so the superstar Zheng Shuai is here too. I'm so sorry that I didn't recognize you just now. The sudden change in the situation confused Prince William and the other two. They didn't expect that Zheng Shuai really knew these two people. It's okay. It's not too late to recognize me now. Oh right. You said that you would treat me to dinner tonight. Is it in this private room? Huh? Let me think about it. I feel that something is wrong. Are you guys planning a feast at Hongmen for me? William Hill was almost scared to death by Qin Feng's words. He quickly stood up and explained, Brother Zheng Shuai, we are not planning a feast at Hongmen. Prince William and Professor Mike are sincerely inviting you to join the William family. Really? Then why did I hear Director Henry and Director Tom say that they wanted to kill me in the corridor? Oh right, they seem to have invited you to deal with me. Qin Feng curled his lips. Henry and Tom were dumbfounded. They even thought that there was something wrong with their ears. What did Big Brother Hill just say? Those two people want to invite Zheng Shuai to join the William family? Based on what? Is it because Zheng Shuai is ugly enough? Tom, you reckless brat. How dare you offend Brother Zheng Shuai? William Hill was scared half to death. He rushed up and slapped Tom's mouth. Tom and his wheelchair flipped onto the ground. The wheelchair spun in the air and Tom flew a few meters away. Because he broke a leg, he couldn't even get up. Henry still hadn't come back to his senses. He was so scared that his whole body trembled. He thought that he would be the next person to be sent flying, right? Just as this thought came to his mind, he felt a sharp pain on his face. William Hill didn't stop there. He rushed up and stomped on the two of them. He was afraid that if he went easy on them, Prince William would slap him again. Even if Prince William didn't slap him, Zheng Shuai would definitely slap him. You two bastards. The person I'm going to take care of tonight isn't Brother Zheng Shuai, right? Do you know who Zheng Shuai is? He's my William Hill's brother. I'm going to send you to hell. When William Hill hit people, he was quite ferocious. After a while, Tom and Henry passed out. The two of them lay on one side. They were dressed similarly and had similar builds. Looking at their pig faces, Qin Feng couldn't tell who was who. Haha, Brother Zheng Shuai, I've really made a fool of myself. These two little bastards dared to cause trouble for you. I'll take care of them for you in minutes. After beating them, William Hill immediately put on a friendly smile and said good things to Qin Feng. Prince William and Professor Mike stood to the side with cold expressions. The two of them suppressed the anger in their hearts. Zheng Shuai, I've explained things to Professor Mike. I hope you can consider it carefully. Not just anyone can join the William family. Once you join us, this world will belong to you. Prince William spoke in all seriousness. Qin Feng felt like he had entered a pyramid scheme. Because too many things happened tonight, I can't decide whether to join or not in such a short time. How about this? Take me to the William family to have a look. If it's really as good as you say, of course I'm willing to join, Qin Feng said after some hesitation. Prince William glanced at Professor Mike. Seeing Professor Mike nod, he said to Qin Feng, "Okay, then let's go back now. You'll definitely be shocked by the William family's power." After they finished discussing, they left the hotel. Qin Feng and Prince William got into a car with Professor Mike. William Hill didn't follow. He was left behind to deal with Tom and Henry's matters. He was also in charge of paying the bill. The three of them sat in a Lincoln stretch limousine. There was a special driver driving. The space in the back was very luxurious. There was delicious food on the table and red wine. There was also a wireless TV to watch. However, the windows around the car were sealed. Prince William must have closed them on purpose. Sitting in the car, one couldn't see the scenery outside at all. Therefore, one didn't know where the car was going and couldn't remember the location of the William family's base. These details showed the cautiousness of the William family. However, it was obviously not enough when used on Qin Feng. Qin Feng bought a talisman of clairvoyance from the system and activated the incantation. The sealed windows in front of him seemed to be non-existent. The bustling night scenery outside entered Qin Feng's eyes. Although Qin Feng could see through things, he wasn't familiar with the United States. He didn't know where the car was going, and he didn't know where they were going. However, Qin Feng remembered the landmarks around him and the road names on the road signs at every intersection. After that, Qin Feng only needed to find someone who was familiar with the terrain to find the William family's base in a matter of minutes. The car moved forward at a steady pace, driving steadily all the way. Later, Qin Feng closed his eyes and pretended to be asleep. However, he was constantly paying attention to the situation outside the car. After driving for more than an hour, the car stopped. The surrounding environment became desolate. It was obvious that they had driven out of the bustling streets and were in the suburbs. "Marshal Zhang, we have arrived." Prince William pushed Qin Feng's shoulder. Qin Feng slowly opened his eyes, stretched his body and said, "Ah? Have we arrived? Why is it so far? I thought I had returned to my country." Prince William and Professor Mike smiled faintly. The two of them were the first to get out of the car. Qin Feng followed behind them and looked at the castle in front of him. The castle occupied a vast area and was surrounded by protective walls. It looked somewhat similar to the appearance of Hero City. However, the buildings in the castle were very different. They were all ancient castles and houses in European style. At the entrance of the castle, there were several rows of guards in military uniforms patrolling back and forth. It was as if this was a military base. In fact, this was a military base. It was the base of the Iron Tank Corps of the United States. Prince William, Professor Mike. As soon as the two of them arrived at the bottom of the castle, the four soldiers guarding the gate greeted Prince William and Professor Mike. Prince William nodded at them and said, "The person behind is a mutant expert. Let him in." Okay. The few of them communicated in English. Since Qin Feng didn't have anyone to translate for him, he felt that it was necessary to buy an English skill book to learn. Chapter 948. What were you talking about just now? Were you scolding me? Qin Feng could already understand English and could even speak it fluently. However, he pretended not to understand at all and looked at Prince William with a blank expression. "Hee, Brother Zheng Shuai, you worry too much. Why would we scold you? Our William family values a talent like you very much." Prince William said nice things to Qin Feng in Mandarin. Just as he finished speaking, he said to Professor Mike in English, "This idiot doesn't understand English. We can communicate in English when we scold him." In the Watson Hotel, Prince William and Professor Mike were suppressing a bellyful of anger. Professor Mike nodded and said, "This kid is probably a level 5 fire esper. This kind of esper is rarely seen in the William family. If not for him being more powerful, I would have killed him long ago. This guy's dick is not big, but he has a big mouth." Prince William and Professor Mike ruthlessly scolded Qin Feng along the way. Qin Fun's mouth was about to become crooked. He was so agitated that he almost took off his pants. Qin Fun really wanted to compare himself with Professor Mike. Look at how big my dick is. At the end of the scolding, Qin Fun simply closed his ears and pretended not to hear. Otherwise, he would definitely be angered to death. Qin Fun focused his attention on the surrounding buildings and environment. This castle was not only heavily guarded at the entrance, but the security inside the castle was even tighter. There were teams patrolling back and forth all around, and these guards were all soldiers in military uniforms. Qin Fun had already begun to think that this could not be a military base, right? Prince William and Professor Mike walked very quickly, as if they did not want Qin Fun to see too many things. The two of them turned here and there until Qin Fun was dizzy. Finally, they walked into a domineering ancient castle. Prince William, what were you talking about along the way? You're not talking bad about me, are you? Qin Fun asked again. Prince William immediately shut his mouth and then said with a smile in Mandarin, Brother Zheng Shuai, don't worry. Professor Mike and I are not vile people who curse behind people's backs. We, the William family of America, are upright gentlemen. Qin Feng was so disgusted by the way Prince William spouted nonsense with a straight face. Why was this guy the same as him? That's true. I don't think the two of you are that kind of people. Those despicable people who speak ill of others behind their backs deserve to be struck by lightning and die a horrible death. Their sons don't have any concubines, and they have hemorrhoids on the corners of their mouths and abscesses on their foreheads. These people are all beasts worse than pigs and dogs. Qin Feng had been scolded the entire way, and now he was paying them all back in one breath. The smile on Prince William's face froze. Professor Mike clenched his fists behind his back. He looked like he was ready to fight Qin Feng at any time. Why did the two of you suddenly stop? Do you think I'm wrong? Qin Feng looked at the two of them suspiciously. Prince William swallowed his saliva and held it in for a long time before saying, Yes. Professor Mike was so old that he couldn't even say such words that went against his heart. He changed the topic and said, Let's go. I'll show you the power of our William family. The two of them turned around and started to walk forward. However, the instant they turned around, their expressions became extremely cold. Qin Feng laughed as he followed behind them. Oh, right. Where is this? Is this the base of the William family's Arcanists? This is a training base. Professor Mike was so angry that he could no longer speak. Prince William was forced to answer Qin Feng helplessly. I heard that the William family is rich in Arcanists. Is it because of your family's genetic heritage? Don't tell me that every member of the William family is born an Arcanist. Qin Feng followed the two of them through the hall and walked to the innermost staircase. However, they did not go up. Instead, they followed the staircase to the basement. While Qin Feng observed the terrain, he asked all kinds of questions to find out about the William family's situation. Professor Mike and Prince William's eyes flashed with impatience. Prince William said, I'll tell you in detail after you've decided to join the William family. Qin Feng asked a few more questions. He discovered that Prince William was evasive and did not answer the main point. After asking for a long time, he still did not get any answers. In order not to arouse Prince William's suspicion, Qin Feng simply stopped asking. The three of them had already reached the basement. They passed through a long and narrow walkway and arrived in front of a double iron door. Prince William, Professor Mike. There were also guards around the iron door. Prince William waved his hand and said, Open the door! Rumble. 4 of the 8 guards continued to stand guard while the other 4 pulled the iron chain on the door. This door was probably made of pure steel. The sound of the door opening was so loud that it sounded like thunder. The door opened and Qin Feng followed the two into the room. Inside was a vast and spacious space. It was no less than 10,000 square meters. The underground of this castle had probably been dug out and turned into this secret underground base. There were many people in the base. These people were training in different compartments. Some of them released fire arcanists, some released ice arcanists, and some even released lightning arcanists and wind arcanists. The sound of the surroundings was incessant. The temperature of the entire base also changed. The temperature was extremely hot a few steps away, but after a few steps, it became a world of ice and snow. Qin Feng was lost in thought. There were at least a few hundred metahumans training in this base of 10,000 square meters. The abilities of metahumans were strange. Qin Feng had fought with Professor Mike and the others in Provincial Capital University. At that time, Qin Feng already had a headache. Suddenly, there were a few hundred metahumans here. Qin Feng was speechless. It seemed like the mission to stop the William family's plan was not that simple. Prince William smiled proudly when he saw Qin Feng was lost in thought. He thought Qin Feng was shocked by the strength of the William family. Brother Zheng Shuai, this is one of the William family's metahuman training bases. Now you know how powerful the William family is. Qin Feng was stunned. This was one of the training bases for a few hundred metahumans. It seemed like the William family had a big plan. But what was this plan? Qin Feng did not know if he could stop this plan. That's right. I didn't expect the William family to be the base camp of metahumans. Basically, all the metahumans in the world have gathered here, Qin Feng said, pretending to be calm. Haha. Of course, our family has a complete set of training programs for adepts. As long as you join our big family, Brother Zheng Shuai's strength will increase even faster. Furthermore, we have the assistance of drugs and experiments that can speed up the advancement of adepts' abilities. Prince William was rarely praised by Qin Feng. He seemed to be on cloud nine and became more talkative. Qin Feng followed Prince William's words and asked, "You have drugs and experiments that can help improve your abilities? That's great. Can I have a look at your drug and experiment base?" A cold glint flashed in Prince William's eyes. He quickly smiled and said, "Haha, Brother Zheng Shuai, don't worry. Since you think the William family is not bad, you can join us first. We will focus on training you in the future. You can have the drugs and experiments." Qin Feng realized that Prince William was indeed cunning. This guy was very vigilant when he was in Provincial Capital University. Maybe it was because he suffered a loss last time. Prince William was even more vigilant now. "You're right. What level is the most powerful metahuman in your family? I'm already a rank 5 fire ability user. If you don't have a metahuman stronger than me, what's the point of me joining you?" Qin Feng said, "Brother Zheng Shuai, you don't have to worry about this. Our William family is currently training level 6 arcanists. If nothing goes wrong, we will soon succeed." Speaking of level 6 arcanists, Prince William's face flashed with pride. Qin Feng was shocked. The William family is going to train a rank 6 metahuman? When Qin Feng was at Jindu University, he couldn't even defeat Professor Mike, a rank 4 spatial ability user. Now that Professor Mike had become a rank 5 spatial ability user, Qin Feng had indirectly fought with Professor Mike at the Watson Hotel not long ago. Now that Qin Feng had broken through to stage 9 inner chi, he found it difficult to defeat Professor Mike. After all, metahumans were different from Chinese martial artists. Metahumans were unpredictable. If the William family trained a rank 6 metahuman, Qin Feng was sure that he would fail this mission. "Mr. Zheng Shuai, since you have made up your mind, why don't you join the William family? I promise you will become a rank 6 fire ability user as soon as possible." Prince William continued to tempt Qin Feng. Qin Feng pretended to think for a while and said, "Okay, I'm satisfied with the William family. I agree to join you." Prince William and Professor Mike were delighted. Qin Feng was a rank 5 fire ability user. The William family didn't have many metahumans of this level. Moreover, the William family was in urgent need of experts. Qin Feng's joining would be a great help to the William family. After Qin Feng agreed to join the William family, Prince William told him what to do next. He wanted Qin Feng to go back and prepare for a few days. After that, he would come to the base and undergo closed-door training. Qin Feng didn't care about what Prince William said and nodded in agreement. He secretly observed the metahumans in the underground base. Although there were many metahumans here, most of them were rank 1 and rank 2 metahumans. There were not many rank 3 metahumans and even fewer rank 4 metahumans. Qin Feng only saw 3 rank 5 metahumans, including Professor Mike. Prince William and Professor Mike brought Qin Feng to tour the entire underground base. Qin Feng also roughly understood the situation of the base. There seemed to be a lot of metahumans here, but if a fight broke out, not many could be of use. Chapter 949. Brother Zheng Shuai, I've shown you around the special ability training base. It's getting late. Let me send you back, Prince William said. Okay, I'll go back and prepare. I'll come to this base in a few days, Qin Feng promised. The three of them walked out of the underground base and returned to the castle above. When they reached the castle gate, Qin Feng smiled and said, Gentlemen, you don't have to send me back. I'll find a car myself. Qin Feng wanted to investigate the location of the base on his way back. Prince William quickly waved his hand and said, Brother Zheng Shuai, you are now a member of the William family. There's no need to be polite with us. This place is quite far from the Star Hotel. Let me send you back. Qin Feng understood Prince William's intention. Seeing that Prince William insisted, Qin Feng did not refuse. He did not want to arouse suspicion. They bade each other farewell. Professor Mike did not follow them. He was probably busy with his own business. Prince William and Qin Feng sat in the Lincoln limousine and returned. The windows of the Lincoln limousine were rolled down. Qin Feng could not see the situation outside. He was too lazy to talk to Prince William. He closed his eyes and pretended to be asleep. Brother Zheng Shuai, we've arrived. Qin Feng was woken up by Prince William. He stretched and said, Have we arrived? Feels so far. How am I going to find your base next time? I can't remember the way. Prince William smiled and said, Brother Zheng Shuai, don't worry. Call me when you're done. I'll come to pick you up. Prince William was cautious. Qin Feng chatted for a while and returned to the hotel. Qin Feng, are you all right? Why are you back so late? Your phone is off too. Ma Xinxin and Han Ying came to greet Qin Feng as soon as he returned to the suite. It was the wee hours of the morning, and the two girls were still awake. They were obviously worried about Qin Feng. I'm fine. Go to sleep. Qin Feng patted the two girls' shoulders. He felt a surge of warmth in his heart. Prince William had asked Qin Feng to turn off his phone when they left the Watson Hotel and boarded the Lincoln limousine. That was why Qin Feng could not get through to him. When Han Ying saw that Qin Feng was fine, her furrowed brows relaxed. Ma Xinxin pulled Qin Feng's arm and sniffed his white shirt a few times. No scent of women's perfume? Don't tell me you washed your clothes before you left? Ma Xinxin looked at Qin Feng with a questioning gaze. What kind of weather is this? How can the clothes dry so quickly? Don't think too much and go to sleep. Qin Feng messed up Ma Xinxin's long hair. Ma Xinxin pouted and glared at Qin Feng. The two girls played with Qin Feng for a while before going to bed. Qin Feng lay on the sofa and took out his phone to call Yu Qing. Brother Zheng Shuai, what's the matter? Ever since he went to the mafia base with Qin Feng 3 days ago, Yu Qing was now very respectful towards Qin Feng. He even called him Big Brother. President Yu, I'll send you a few road signs. Investigate according to these routes and see where your final destination is. Once Qin Feng returned, he started investigating the location of the base they were going to tonight. Sure, no problem. I'm very familiar with Watson's area. Qin Feng hung up the phone and sent Yu Qing the dozens of road signs he had memorized with his X-ray vision tonight. He also sent the names of the landmarks near each road sign. Soon, Yu Qing's call came. You found it. Brother Zheng Shuai, the information you provided is very detailed. It's easy to locate it. I've roughly confirmed the location. It's in the northwestern suburbs of Watson. However, that area is a little mysterious. Usually, no one goes there. I've asked a local friend about it. It's said that it's a military base and no one is allowed to go there. Qin Feng raised his brows. Is it really a military base? Did you find out what military base it is? Qin Feng asked. It seems to be the base of the Iron Tank Corps. Yu Qing's voice suddenly trembled. Not long ago, he had followed Qin Feng to destroy the mafia's base. Now, Qin Feng was asking about the base of the Iron Tank Corps. Yu Qing was very worried. Is Brother Zheng Shuai going to annihilate the Iron Tank Corps? This is going to be very difficult. Iron Tank Corps? Is it related to the William family? It's related. The Iron Tank Corps is an important secret army of America. Its leader is the current patriarch of the William family, William Hagen. Yu Qing's heart beat faster. He felt that Brother Zheng Shuai was really going to attack the Iron Tank Corps. I see. All right, I got it. Qin Feng finally understood that the place he was going to tonight was the base of the Iron Tank Corps. Qin Feng did not expect that the William family would train their metahumans in a military base invested by the country. He wondered if the U.S. government knew about this. Qin Feng was about to hang up when Yu Qing's anxious voice came from the other end of the line. Brother Zheng Shuai, I know you are not an ordinary person, but the William family is also very powerful. They have the support of the Iron Tank Corps, and there are many metahumans in the family. Please don't attack the Iron Tank Corps. Qin Feng's mouth twitched. When did I say I was going to attack the Iron Tank Corps? Don't worry, I'll be fine. Qin Feng comforted Yu Qing and hung up. After some investigation, Qin Feng had a general understanding of the William family's situation. The William family was much more powerful than Qin Feng had imagined. Not only did they have the metahumans, but they also controlled the Iron Tank Corps. Most importantly, the people of the William family were very smart. They actually placed the paranormal base in the base of the Iron Tank Corps. This way, it would be even more difficult to stop the William family's plan. Qin Feng still hadn't figured out what the William family's plan was. After hanging up, Qin Feng lay on the sofa and pondered, but he had no idea what to do. Is anyone there? Suddenly, a voice rang in Qin Feng's mind. Then, a few other voices rang in his mind. Yes, Yunzhe said. Who are you? Why haven't I heard you speak before? Lu Jie asked. Qin Feng, are you there? I miss you. Hua Yan's voice was heard. Qin Feng is my man. Why do you miss him so much? Are you a pervert? Lu Bingbing said coldly. Who said Qin Feng is your man? He is my man. Hua Yan retorted. Lu Jie, Yunzhe, Zhang Ye, and Huang Jingguo were so scared that they didn't dare to speak. Yan Wushuang wanted to quarrel with Lu Bingbing and Hua Yan and tell them that she was with Qin Feng, but Yan Wushuang didn't have the courage to do so. Master, how have you been recently? Ren Xiaoyao asked carefully. Qin Feng didn't speak at first. He was probably scared by everyone, or he suspected that he was suffering from schizophrenia. Qin Feng was stunned for a moment. Then he woke up with a start. Li Xingtian? Is that you? Qin Feng's voice rang. Everyone quieted down, and Hua Yan and Lu Bingbing stopped quarreling. After a while, Li Xingtian said, Yes, it's me, Qin Feng. What's going on? I think there's something wrong with my head. Li Xingtian was really scared. A few days ago, he felt his head was buzzing, and he would hear some unfamiliar voices from time to time. At that time, Li Xingtian didn't dare to speak. But recently, due to some urgent reasons, Li Xingtian tried to shout in the Hero Alliance, and in the end, he called out so many people. Qin Feng upgraded the Brass Alliance to the Silver Alliance so that he could communicate with Li Xingtian. Now that Li Xingtian finally appeared, Qin Feng was extremely excited. Senior Li, don't be afraid. Before you were taken away from Provincial Capital University, I made you join the Hero Alliance. All the members of the Hero Alliance can communicate telepathically. You don't need to speak. You can communicate with everyone with your thoughts. Qin Feng briefly explained to Li Xingtian. Li Xingtian said, Communication with thoughts? That's amazing. All right, Qin Feng, how's my daughter? Before I left, I asked you to take care of her for the rest of her life. You must treat her well. The only person Li Xingtian cared about was Li Shanshan. As soon as he finished speaking, the angry voices of the two women sounded. Damn old man, what era are you in? Why are you still matchmaking people? Qin Feng is already with me. Don't meddle in the matters between your daughter and Qin Feng. Hua Yan was a little angry. Lu Bingbing was even angrier. Qin Feng, why haven't I heard you mention Li Shanshan? Tell me, how many women do you have in secret? Qin Feng was speechless. Li Xingtian was so scared that he didn't dare to speak. This Qin Feng has so many girlfriends, and all of them are so fierce. Qin Feng hurriedly communicated with Li Xingtian through telepathic thoughts. Senior Li Shanshan is doing well. I've arranged for her to go to high school. I'll visit her when I'm free. How are you doing? Where are you locked up? Qin Feng was worried about how to find out the William family's plan. Li Xingtian's sudden appearance was like charcoal in snowy weather. Ahem. Let's not talk about Shanshan for now. Li Xingtian spoke carefully. Senior Li, don't be afraid. We're talking alone now. No one else can hear us. Qin Feng understood Li Xingtian's concerns. Li Xingtian's voice rose by a few decibels. It was as if he had changed into a different person. Really? The Hero Alliance has this function? It's so humane. How are things going between you and Shanshan? You didn't play with my girl while I was away. Did you? If you really have sex with her, you must treat her well for the rest of her life. If you dare to abandon my girl, I'll kill you even if I have to. Li Xingtian rambled on and on. Qin Feng was about to die of depression. Senior Li, Shanshan is really good. This isn't the time to talk about these things. I'm in America. Chapter 950. Of course, I came to America to save you, Qin Feng said with a straight face. Even he was a little embarrassed. Li Xingtian was silent for a moment. He seemed to be moved by Qin Feng's words, and his voice was choked with emotion. Qin Feng, I knew I didn't misjudge you. When I first saw you, I thought you were a gentleman who treated others with sincerity and sincerity. As expected, you're this kind of person. I'm completely relieved that Shanshan is with you. Qin Feng's face turned even redder. He said, Senior Li, let's skip the pleasantries. Tell me, where are you now? I can come and save you. Li Xingtian was so touched. If he knew that Qin Feng came to America to pick up girls and act in a movie, he might have died of anger on the spot. I don't know where this place is. I'm locked up in a sealed laboratory. The William family keeps me doing experiments every day. Recently, they've been cultivating rank 6 arcanists. Based on the current progress, they'll be able to cultivate the first batch of rank 6 arcanists in a week. Don't underestimate a level 6 arcanist. Their destructive power is amazing, and they are many times stronger than a level 5 arcanist. Once the level 6 arcanists are successfully cultivated, the William family will have a complete set of cultivation plans. When the time comes, as long as we use experiments to replicate them, we will be able to cultivate thousands of level 6 arcanists. Li Xingtian spoke so quickly that Qin Feng was stunned. How could they mass-produce level 6 metahumans through experiments? What kind of experiments did the William family use to train metahumans? Qin Feng asked solemnly. I've been investigating this matter for a long time, but to no avail. After I was captured, I finally discovered the secret of the experiments. I finally know why the William family tried so hard to capture me. It turns out that they want me to use the needle of destiny to modify the human body so that ordinary people can become metahumans through experiments. This experiment is nearing its end. Once the experiment is successful, the William family will be able to train countless metahumans. Qin Feng's mind was suddenly enlightened. Everything that he couldn't figure out in Provincial Capital University was now clear to him. No wonder the William family had sent people to Provincial Capital University to search for Li Xingtian. No wonder Prince William had been trying to tempt Qin Feng to return to the William family. Because both Li Xingtian and Qin Feng could use needle manipulation, the William family wanted to find someone who could use needle manipulation. This was the key to nurturing metahumans in batches. The severity of the situation was beyond Qin Feng's imagination. If the William family was able to mass-produce metahumans, not only would Qin Feng not be able to complete this mission, these metahumans would also pose a great threat to Earth. It was hard for Qin Feng to imagine what would happen if even 1/10 of the people on Earth were mutants. Senior Li, you must delay the William family's plan. Otherwise, it will be a calamity for Earth. I will go and save you as soon as possible. Qin Feng felt extremely anxious. Li Xingtian said, I have been deliberately delaying the progress of the experiment. Otherwise, the William family's superpower experiment would have succeeded long ago. I can't confirm my location now, nor do I know where the William family's experimental base is. How are you going to find me? Li Xingtian sounded helpless, and so did Qin Feng. After talking with Li Xingtian, Qin Feng was sure that the base he was going to tonight was not the one Li Xingtian was at. The two bases were separated. One was probably the training base for mutants, and the other was the experimental base for mutants. Senior Li, do you know what the William family's secret plan is? Qin Feng asked. The William family's plan is too crazy. They want to control the President of America. Li Xingtian's voice rose a few pitches. Qin Feng was shocked. Were the people of the William family crazy? Li Xingtian continued. I heard it by accident recently. The reason the William family nurtures level 6 mutants is because they plan to kidnap important American officials and brainwash them to become members of the William family. Then, the William family will be able to expand their influence. They will continue to nurture mutants in batches and eventually rule Earth. Kidnapping an important American official was bold enough. Qin Feng did not expect that this was only the beginning of the William family's plan. What they did next was even crazier. Qin Feng was stunned for a long time. He did not expect the William family's plan to be so grand. The system mission was also very difficult. Qin Feng, there are too many relationships and forces involved in this matter. It's better if you don't get involved. You don't have to save me. Just help me take care of Shanshan. This is also my last wish in life. Li Xingtian's voice suddenly became serious. He felt that Qin Feng could not save him because the William family was much more powerful than everyone imagined. Whether it was because of the system mission or Li Shanshan, Qin Feng had to save Li Xingtian. Even if he knew the mission was extremely difficult, Qin Feng would still try his best to save him. Okay, that's it for now. Qin Feng cut off the communication with Li Xingtian. He did not tell Li Xingtian his thoughts mainly because he did not want Li Xingtian to worry. Qin Feng's expression became more and more serious. This matter had exceeded his expectations. Qin Feng had to contact the Dragon Sect of China and ask for their support. Soon, Qin Feng got in touch with Yan Wushuang alone. Leader Yan, are you in the provincial capital? Qin Feng asked. Yan Wushuang's voice was a little cold, just like how she treated other men. What does it have to do with you? I want to leave the Hero Alliance. Yan Wushuang had been suffering lately. Her mind was filled with the voices of Lu Bingbing and Hua Yan bickering over Qin Feng. Yan Wushuang wanted to quarrel with the two women, but she did not have the courage to do so. After all, she had not confirmed her relationship with Qin Feng yet. Qin Feng was stunned. Leader Yan, why are you leaving the Hero Alliance? It's none of your business. I just don't want to join this rotten organization. It's full of women bickering like a bunch of kids. Yan Wushuang complained. Yan Wushuang complained, and Qin Feng immediately understood the reason. Yan Wushuang was jealous. Leader Yan, if you think the others are too noisy, you can block the signal from the Hero Alliance. That way, you won't be able to hear other people's voices, Qin Feng said. Of course, Yan Wushuang knew about this function. In the beginning, she also blocked other people's voices. However, women were like this. You would get angry if you heard them, but you would get anxious if you didn't listen. I don't care. Hurry up and kick me out of the Hero Alliance. I'm so annoyed. Yan Wushuang began to be unreasonable. She rarely acted so shamelessly and coquettishly. Qin Feng smiled and said patiently, Leader Yan, I'm dealing with some important matters in the U.S. When I'm done, I'll take you shopping. Have you put on the clothes I bought you last time? You look very sexy in those clothes. Yan Wushuang subconsciously looked down at the tight short skirt she was wearing. Her long and slender legs were exposed. Usually, when they walked on the street, they would steal glances at her eyes. Yan Wushuang liked the clothes Qin Feng bought for her. Originally, she and Lu Bingbing did not like to dress up. Moreover, because of their work, they wore police uniforms all day long. However, the two women had completely changed. It was as if they were at loggerheads. They wore beautiful clothes every day, and they were more beautiful than the other. The men in the dragon sect were drooling when they saw them. However, the two women were Qin Fen's women. No one dared to have any ideas about them. It's not like I don't have money. I can buy clothes and go shopping by myself without you. Yan Wushuang's voice was still a little cold, but she did not mention leaving the Hero Alliance anymore. Qin Fen raised the corner of his mouth and continued. Leader Yan is so sexy and beautiful. It's not safe for you to go shopping alone. Wait for me to go back. I'll take you out to play. Qin Fen picked out all kinds of good things to say. Yan Wushuang's beautiful eyes shone with a trace of joy. All right, I have something to do. I'll hang up. Yan Wushuang did not reject Qin Fen's suggestion. Obviously, she agreed. Qin Fen liked Yan Wushuang's cold on the outside but warm on the inside. She was somewhat similar to Lu Bingbing. Don't hang up yet. I have something to tell you. Qin Fen said quickly. What is it? I just found out that the William family is secretly carrying out a huge plan. They are training level 6 paranormals in batches. Qin Fen told Yan Wushuang all the information he got from Li Xingtian. Yan Wushuang was dumbfounded. She was silent for a long time before she heard Qin Fen's voice. No way. Is the William family crazy? They want to kidnap an important high-ranking official of the United States and produce paranormals in batches? To rule the Earth? Everyone who heard about the William family's plan would think that the William family was crazy. Qin Fen had the same reaction. However, Qin Fen had calmed down. He knew that the William family was not crazy. They were ambitious. The William family had been carrying out their plan for a long time. They did not do it on a whim. They had been planning this for a long time. Leader Yan, this is a very important matter. The information is very reliable. You should contact the 12 Peaks of the Dragon Gate as soon as possible and see what decision they have made. Qin Fen said. Yan Wushuang finally came to her senses. She did not dare to delay this matter. All right, I'll report to the higher-ups now. According to international security regulations, countries are not allowed to carry out this kind of experiment secretly. If this news is exposed, the League of Nations will condemn and stop the United States. Qin Fen had thought of using the League of Nations to restrict the United States. However, he dismissed the idea after thinking about it carefully. This time, the William family was not the United States government. In other words, the high-ranking official of the United States was the victim. If the William clan's plans were to be leaked out now, who knew what kind of crazy actions they would take if news of it reached the William clan's ears? Chapter 951. It was late at night. Qin Feng lay on the sofa in the living room, unable to fall asleep. After an unknown period of time, Yan Wushuang's voice rang in Qin Feng's mind. Qin Feng, the 12 Peaks have replied. What did they say? Qin Feng did not expect the 12 Peaks to reply so quickly. He guessed that the severity of the matter must have frightened the 12 Peaks. The 12 Peaks said not to leak this matter to avoid alerting the William family. The consequences will be unimaginable if the William family is angered. Qin Feng nodded. This was similar to what he had expected. Although Qin Feng did not have a good impression of the 12 Peaks, he had to admit that they were very capable. Yan Wushuang continued. The Dragon Sect is secretly contacting the American government. They are going to report this matter to the American president and ask them to take action. At the same time, the 12 Peaks have ordered you to complete this mission. You must destroy the William family's plan. Yan Wushuang's voice became softer as she spoke. Qin Feng was so angry that he was about to explode. What kind of difficult mission was thrown to him? The 12 Peaks of the Dragon Sect thought too highly of him. Are you kidding me? They want me to destroy the William family's plan alone? Qin Feng was speechless. Don't worry, Qin Feng. I've applied to the 12 Peaks to support you. Hang in there for a few more days. I'll be there soon, Yan Wushuang said anxiously. Qin Feng immediately calmed down. Team leader Yan, I can do it alone. You don't have to come. You don't have to send anyone else from the Dragon Sect. It'll be troublesome if there are too many people. Qin Feng did not want Yan Wushuang to come because this mission was too difficult. It was even more dangerous than the mission of Jindu University and Hong Kong money laundering. Yan Wushuang suddenly stopped talking. Qin Feng knew that she was worried about him, but Yan Wushuang always hid her feelings in her heart. All right, let me know when the American government takes action. I'll be fine. I'll go shopping with you when I get back. Qin Feng cut off the communication with Yan Wushuang to prevent her from worrying about him. In the next few days, Qin Feng waited for the dragon sex news, but there was no news yet. Qin Feng continued to film. He could not act on his own before the American government responded. The William family was too powerful. Qin Feng needed reinforcements to cooperate with him. The filming went very smoothly these few days. After Henry and Tom were violently beaten up by William Hill at the Watson Hotel, they treated Qin Feng as if he was their grandfather. Every scene was done in one take, and Qin Feng did whatever he said. Just like the managers of Qin Feng and the beauties, Henry and Tom would deliver drinks, fan them, and massage them after a scene was shot. This sudden change stunned the staff of Hong Kong's House of Millions Media and Can Film Group. Pa pa pa. As soon as half of the scene was finished, Henry and Tom immediately applauded. They didn't care even if their hands were red. Ha ha! Amazing! Superstar Zheng, your acting skills are really amazing. You're the best actor I've ever seen. The most handsome man I've ever seen. Quick, sit down. Celebrity Zheng Shuai, you've worked hard. Let me feed you some water. Quick, straighten your legs. I'll help you massage them. Henry and Tom were utterly shameless, and their conscienceless words came out of their mouths. Qin Feng didn't mention anything about the Watson Hotel, so Rao Sherman and the others were very puzzled. Did Henry and Tom take the wrong medicine these days? Hey, how was my acting? Zhang Kuku didn't care about the change in Henry and Tom. Every time she finished a scene, she would ask them to praise her. Oh my, there's only one word to describe superstar Kik's performance just now. Perfect. Out of all the actresses I know, even the superstars in Hollywood, none of them are half as good as Big Star Kiki. It's all because Big Star Kiki went on to sing. If you had started acting earlier, you would definitely have won a Grand Slam in the international film and television industry. Henry and Tom's flattery skills were so good that Rao Sherman and the others rolled their eyes. Zhang Kuku, on the other hand, was very happy. She clapped her hands and said, "Not bad, not bad. You two have good taste, but I didn't act well in the scene just now. I only put half of my effort into acting. Otherwise, it would have been better." Of course. If superstar Kuku could devoted herself to acting, then the other actresses' scenes would be unwatchable. Superstar Kuku is born kind and cute. She's doing this for the sake of other actresses. Qin Feng couldn't bear listening to them anymore. He kicked Henry and Tom to the ground. Both of them rolled on the ground a few times before they rolled back. Their faces were devoid of anger. They smiled and said, "Hee hee, let's not talk about it anymore." Overall, superstar Zhang Shuai's acting skills are better. Qin Feng pursed his lips. He was completely speechless towards the two of them. Today was the last scene of Hedonist Sovereign. Once this part was finished, the entire Hedonist Sovereign would be finished. Today's scene was Qin Feng's favorite scene in the entire movie. The bed scene that he had been looking forward to was finally here. According to the script, Qin Feng had to marry a dozen female leads and a dozen female leads. Then they would spend their wedding night together. Just thinking about it made Qin Feng excited. All right, let's hurry up and finish the last scene. Qin Feng rested for a while and got up to change. He couldn't wait any longer. The women also went to the dressing room. They had to wear red qipao dresses and dress like brides. Qin Feng, on the other hand, was dressed in a white suit. The stylist even gave him a handsome wig. Coupled with his scarred face, it was simply unbearable to look at him directly. Wow! Handsome. He's so handsome. Oh my God! Is this the legendary Prince Charming? I really want to become a woman so that I can marry Big Brother Zheng Shuai. Just as Qin Feng walked out of the dressing room, Henry and Tom started to flatter him again. Qin Feng kicked them away and strode toward the row of women in red qipao dresses. Action! The director hit the clappers, and the scene officially began. Surrounded by the women, Qin Feng slowly walked into the bridal room. A group of extras acted as the nuptial guests. After a while, only Qin Feng and a large group of beauties were left in the room. Xian, Xiaowan, there are so many brides today. Which one of us will sleep with Qin Feng first? Rao Sherman looked at Ma Xinxin and Ao Xiaowan shyly. Before the two women could say anything, Zhang Kuku added another scene. I'll do it. Tonight, I'll sleep with hero Qin Feng first. The women rolled their eyes and remained silent. They were worried about how to shoot the bed scene, and it was good that Zhang Kuku was willing to give them a demonstration. Qin Feng was against it. He wanted to use this opportunity to make it real with Ying Sherman and Xian. However, Zhang Kuku was in high spirits, and Qin Feng didn't want to spoil her mood. The male director was chased out of the room by Qin Feng, and a few female directors carried the cameras and started shooting. The brides were sitting in a row on the bed beside them. They were all beautiful and had their own style. They were all dressed in red qipao dresses and red lipstick, and it was enough to excite anyone who saw them. Qin Feng and Zhang Kuku sat on the main bed. Before Qin Feng could get ready, Zhang Kuku pushed Qin Feng to the bed. Kuku, are you crazy? Don't let them find out. Qin Feng rolled his eyes at Zhang Kuku, but Zhang Kuku didn't mind. She unbuckled Qin Feng's belt and said, "Don't be afraid. We're shooting a movie, and we must have the spirit of sacrificing ourselves for the art. Also, I haven't served Big Brother Qin Feng for a few days, and you must be very sad. Let's make it real today, and Sherman and the others won't find out." Zhang Kuku's audacity shocked Qin Feng. He was stunned for a moment, and then he realized that both of them had really fused together. Zhang Kuku didn't take off her clothes. She only lifted the bottom of her qipao and covered her body with Qin Feng's suit jacket, so no one could see anything from the outside. However, both of them were doing it for real. Qin Feng glanced at Rao Sherman and the other women from time to time. The feeling was too exciting, and Qin Feng thought that Zhang Kuku really knew how to have fun. Soon, Zhang Kuku lost herself. Her body was hot and sweaty, and she screamed unscrupulously. Her voice was so real that it made Rao Sherman and the other women blush. "Cut!" Henry and Tom ran into the room and shouted, "Cut!" They didn't dare to go too close to Qin Feng, so they stood at the door and didn't look around. They were worried that Qin Feng would be too tired from acting, so they came in at the right time. Haha! The scene was shot perfectly, and the superstar Zhang Shuai's acting skills have reached the acme of perfection. Awesome! Awesome! This scene was shot in one take. Everyone, let's congratulate the completion of Hedonist Sovereign. Henry and Tom were so happy that they couldn't close their mouths. They were waiting for Qin Feng to praise them. But before they could laugh, two leather shoes flew at them and hit their faces, sending them flying out of the room. Then, Qin Feng's cold and furious voice sounded, "Get out of here! You're not allowed to stop the scene until 2 hours have passed." Henry and Tom were so frightened that they hastily shut the door and guarded it, not allowing anyone to enter the room. The room was filled with Zhang Kuku's screams. Rao Sherman and the other women were drenched in sweat. They felt weird, and they had the urge to rush forward and serve Qin Feng together with Zhang Kuku. After a long time, Zhang Kuku's voice became hoarse. She finally stopped. Both of them secretly put on their clothes, and Zhang Kuku jumped off the bed as if nothing had happened. "Ahem, shall we let Sherman be the next one?" Qin Feng said to Rao Sherman. Rao Sherman shyly ran to the door. "Why don't you take a rest first? Don't tire yourself out." Chapter 952. Qin Feng didn't want to force them to act, so the scene was suspended for a while. Qin Feng sat on the bed alone while the other women and the 3 female directors ran out of the room. The female director was dumbfounded by Zhang Kuku's performance. After so many days of filming, this was the first time she witnessed Zhang Kuku's outstanding acting skills. Her acting was so real. "Kuku, come with me." Rao Sherman dragged Zhang Kuku to a secluded place after she left the room. "What's wrong, Sherman?" Zhang Kuku looked at Rao Sherman innocently, but her heart was racing. Rao Sherman looked at Zhang Kuku from head to toe. Zhang Kuku's face was still flushed. Rao Sherman raised her brows and asked, "Did you really act with Qin Feng?" Zhang Kuku was so shocked that she almost jumped up. "Ah? What do you mean by making it real? We didn't do anything." Rao Sherman became even more suspicious when she saw Zhang Kuku's nervous expression. Everyone knew how bad Zhang Kuku's acting was. But Zhang Kuku's acting was better than anyone else. Rao Sherman's suspicion was justified. "Why are you stuttering? Don't tell me you really let Qin Feng in?" Rao Sherman rarely said such bold words. As soon as the words left her mouth, she blushed. Zhang Kuku's face turned pale. She was scared to death. "No, I didn't. It's not an act. Why would I let him in?" Zhang Kuku pretended to be calm. Rao Sherman stared into Zhang Kuku's eyes, but Zhang Kuku avoided her gaze. "You really didn't?" "I really didn't. Sherman, please don't ask me these questions. I'm still a virgin. If you don't believe me, I'll take it off for you." Zhang Kuku was about to lift her skirt when Rao Sherman covered her forehead and stopped her. "Someone's watching. You better watch yourself." Zhang Kuku felt wronged and stopped what she was doing. She pouted and said, "Since you don't believe me, I can only prove it to you. It's bad for my reputation if I tell others about it." "Sherman, you can't talk nonsense anymore." Rao Sherman began to believe Zhang Kuku's words. After Rao Sherman calmed down, she thought about it carefully. Isn't it normal for girls to see red on their first time? Zhang Kuku didn't see red either. Obviously, she didn't do it with Qin Feng. Rao Sherman felt relieved. "Looks like I've wronged you. Don't take it to heart. Let's go back." Rao Sherman held Zhang Kuku's arm and walked back. Zhang Kuku still had a lingering fear in her heart. She suddenly asked, "Sherman, what if I accidentally do it with Big Brother Qin Feng one day? Will you ignore me?" Rao Sherman was stunned. She looked at Zhang Kuku and asked, "Why are you doing that with him? If I like him, wouldn't that be natural? To then I can't control you anymore. Think about it carefully. A woman must be faithful. Once you've slept with someone, you must be with him forever." Rao Sherman's reaction was not strong. It was as if she was teaching Zhang Kuku. "To then you won't be mad that I'm one step ahead of Sherman, right?" Zhang Kuku asked cautiously. "Why would I be mad? I haven't decided to be with Qin Feng for the rest of my life. If you really like him, you can go ahead with your relationship." Rao Sherman blushed. She said she hadn't decided yet, but Zhang Kuku could tell that Rao Sherman had fallen in love with Qin Feng for a long time. After talking with Rao Sherman, Zhang Kuku's worries disappeared. She had been on tenterhooks with Qin Feng in the washroom, but now it seemed like Sherman didn't care about it at all. While the girls were chatting outside, the staff and the onlookers were sneaking glances at the beauties. Qin Feng sat alone in the room, impatiently waiting for the beauties to come back and continue filming. However, before the beauties arrived, he felt a sharp pain in his brain. "Little pig, what's wrong?" Qin Feng immediately became serious. He felt as if his heart was being torn apart. A strong sense of danger surged in his heart. "Master, bad news. The lover's lock has been torn," Little Pig said anxiously. Qin Feng's expression changed drastically. "The lover's lock has been torn? Doesn't that mean Liya is in danger?" When Qin Feng saved Liya from prison, he placed the lover's lock at Liya's place. He even told Liya not to break the lover's lock unless it was absolutely necessary. From the looks of it, Liya had met with a very troublesome problem. "It seems like the people from the verdant sect have made their move." Qin Feng quickly calmed down. He was currently in America, and it would take him at least half a day to book a plane ticket back to China. He didn't know what would happen to Liya by then. "Master, you can ride the flaming golden eagle back," Little Pig reminded Qin Feng. Qin Feng didn't dare to waste any more time. He got up and ran out of the room. "Ah? Where are you going, Zhang Shui?" Zhang Kuku screamed in fear. "Ioyo! Superstar Zhang Shui, please don't be angry. Let's continue filming. Quick, quick, quick. Go back to the room and lie down on the bed." Superstar Zheng Shuai will come and play with you in bed. Henry and Tom were so shocked that they almost fell to the ground. Rao Sherman and the girls also saw Qin Feng running out of the room in a hurry. Before they could ask, Qin Feng had already disappeared. His voice came from afar. I have something urgent to attend to. Continue filming. Qin Feng was like the wind. In the blink of an eye, he had completely disappeared. Everyone was still in a daze. He ran away without even filming the bed scene. It seemed like he really had something urgent to attend to. At the same time, in China's Zhongchuan city, Leah had just torn the lover's lock on her neck. It was early in the morning in America, but it was already evening in China. Who are you? Leah stared ahead vigilantly. In front of Leah stood a man in a black robe. The man's body was covered in darkness. It was as if the sunlight would be swallowed when it fell on him. I'm here to kill you. Li Xiaojie's voice was ice-cold. Leah had long discovered that Li Xiaojie was secretly following her. She purposely walked to this deserted suburb and found that Li Xiaojie was still following her. As a high-ranking inspector, Leah pulled out her gun and was about to control Li Xiaojie. In the end, Li Xiaojie did not listen to her orders and even tried to grab Leah. Helpless, Leah fired her gun. But in the end, she ran out of bullets and was actually unable to injure Li Xiaojie. Seeing that she was about to be caught by Li Xiaojie, Leah used her final trump card and immediately broke the lover's lock on her neck. When the lover's lock was broken, Leah discovered the changes in her body. Leah suddenly felt that she was filled with energy, like a lion that had just woken up. It was as if a single roar could scare a pack of jackals, wolves, tigers, and leopards. Li Xiaojie's cold gaze changed. His eyes stared at Leah's body and shot out a strange light. The aura on your body is changing? What did you just rip off? Qin Feng had only left the lover's lock with Leah and told her to break it if she was in danger. However, Qin Feng did not tell her the use of the lover's lock, and even Leah herself did not know what was going on. This is a gift from my boyfriend. What do you care? I advise you to quickly surrender and follow me back to the police station for interrogation. Otherwise, you will be considered resisting arrest, and I can put you on the wanted list for the entire journey. Leah's only life-saving pistol had run out of bullets. She was still very afraid in her heart, and could only pretend to be calm to scare Li Xiaojie. Wanted throughout the city? What would you think if I told you that I've long been wanted around the world? Li Xiaojie sneered. As a disciple of the Verdant sect, why would he be afraid of being wanted? Why would they be afraid of the police? Li Xiaojie hated the police. Leah realized that it was very likely that Li Xiaojie was someone from the Verdant sect who had come to take revenge. Back then, Qin Feng had warned Leah to pay attention to the Verdant sect, and Li Xiaojie's body was emitting waves of evil qi, which was very similar to the characteristics of the evil cultivators in the Verdant sect. Facing the Verdant sect, Leah was not stupid enough to fight head-on. She knew that she was not a match for the Verdant sect evil cultivator. Help! Is there anyone? Save me! Leah immediately ran, shouting and shouting, wanting to call for help. Li Xiaojie stood on the spot and sneered. He was not worried when he saw Leah running dozens of meters away. Suddenly, his body flashed and disappeared into thin air. In a few breaths' time, Li Xiaojie appeared behind Leah again. Beauty, where are you running to? Li Xiaojie's evil laugh reached Leah's ears. The evil qi became even stronger, and it felt like it was going to blow on Leah's face. Leah was so scared that she turned around and kicked him. This was completely an instinctive reaction. Boom! Leah kicked out, and the air was split by Leah's kick, and a muffled thunderous sound rang out. A violent airflow surged out, and Li Xiaojie, who was reaching out to grab Leah, had a huge change in expression. He quickly retracted his hand and retreated. Bang, bang, bang. The wind from the kick finally swept the ground, and a crack appeared on the ground, giving Leah a fright. The lover's lock was an item awarded to Qin Feng by the system. For half an hour, the user would possess 80% of Qin Feng's current strength. Qin Feng was currently at the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi, and Leah was at Stage 8 Inner Qi. Her strength could be considered invincible among those below stage 9 inner chi. But Leah did not know about this. She was stunned by the scene in front of her. Did I kick the ground? Will the people from the City Planning Bureau make me pay for it? Leah was stunned, and Li Xiaojie was even more shocked. Li Xiaojie had checked Leah's body just now, and there was no fluctuation of inner chi. Moreover, according to Li Xiaojie's recent investigation, Leah was only an ordinary police officer, and not a Chinese martial artist. But Leah's kick had the strength of a stage 9 inner chi, and it really scared Li Xiaojie. Are you pretending to be an ordinary person? Are you trying to lure me out? Li Xiaojie's mind was full of thoughts, and hundreds of thoughts flashed through his mind in a second. Chapter 953. You better not follow Big Sister anymore, or else Big Sister won't be polite. Leah was somewhat disappointed that Qin Feng didn't come. She started to worry again, so she turned around and started to run away. Li Xiaojie was dumbfounded. He didn't know why this woman was running away. Could it be that she was playing hard to get? Or was there an even more dangerous trap waiting for him in front of her? Li Xiaojie was currently a level 6 evil cultivator, and his strength was comparable to a level 8 inner martial artist. From Leah's kick just now, Li Xiaojie could tell Leah's strength. No matter what, she was still a level 8 inner martial artist. Li Xiaojie didn't even have the confidence to defeat Leah. But why did this woman run? Leah's speed was so fast that she was about to fly, giving Leah another fright. Li Xiaojie was absent-minded for a moment, and realized that Leah had almost disappeared. Was this woman really running for her life? There must be something wrong with her. Boom! Li Xiaojie didn't care anymore. He leaped into the air and struck out with his palm towards Leah's back. A thick black mist flew out, forming a huge palm pattern in the air. The speed of the black mist was even faster than Li Xiaojie's, and it shot towards Leah like a bullet. Ah! Bastard, you forced me to do this. Leah realized that she had really changed. Her reaction speed, strength, and other aspects had all greatly improved. Leah didn't need to turn her head to feel the aura of death coming from behind her. When the aura was about to envelop her, Leah turned around and struck out with her palm. Boom! Leah's inner chi and Li Xiaojie's corpse aura collided in the air, causing a series of violent explosions. Leah felt the ground beneath her feet shake slightly. This huge movement and the destructive power caused Leah to scream in fright. The scream was so loud that Li Xiaojie's eardrums were about to burst. Li Xiaojie hurriedly retreated all the way, and only then did he manage to narrowly avoid the aftermath of the explosion. Looking at Leah, who was screaming non-stop in fright, Li Xiaojie was truly dumbfounded. You're the one who caused this commotion. What the hell are you shouting for? After shouting for a while, Leah suddenly stopped. Her pair of beautiful eyes that were filled with panic suddenly flashed with the light of surprise. Leah realized that she seemed to have suddenly turned into a superwoman. She felt that there was a little beast hiding in her body, as if she had an inexhaustible amount of strength and power. Leah looked at the lover's lock that had been torn off her neck, and suddenly thought of Qin Feng's words. If there's an emergency, immediately break this chain. Leah seemed to understand that this lover lock was obviously not a simple item. It was very likely that it was a very precious and rare spirit artifact, and the series of changes that had happened to his body was obviously related to the broken chain. Monster, how dare you follow me? Today, I will do justice on behalf of the heavens. After understanding the reason, Leah was not afraid at all. She believed that Qin Feng must have left her a very powerful treasure, and Leah was going to personally capture the people from the verdant sect. With a tap of her feet, Leah flew out as light as a swallow. Her speed and the height of her jump caused Leah to cry out in surprise. Even though she was mentally prepared, she still felt that it was inconceivable. Li Xiaojie looked at Leah in a daze. He was almost turned into a lunatic by this woman. This woman was indeed sick. She was clearly a very powerful expert, yet she still wanted to pretend to be a rookie. Did she take Lousy for a retard? Do you really think Lousy can't see through your little tricks? Boom! Li Xiaojie struck out with his palms again, then turned around and ran. Two large black handprints appeared in the air, directly blocking Li Yu's path. However, Li Yu was not afraid at all, and her pretty face even revealed an excited expression. She had long dreamed of becoming a powerful martial artist one day, and now that her dream had come true, Li Yu felt that it was extremely fun. Bang! Bang! Li Yu's speed did not decrease, and she continued to strike out with her palms in midair. Her movements were completely different from Qin Feng's. Qin Feng's movements were concise, and every move he made was a killing move. Li Yu, on the other hand, was like a beautiful girl warrior. Before she waved her palm, she even made a few fancy movements, and even recited some lines from cartoons. Although his movements looked a little flowery, the hidden inner qi was surging violently. This was 80% of Qin Feng's strength. How could an ordinary person withstand it? Bang! 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 Li Xiaojie ran for his life, while Li Yu was like a dragonfly skimming the water. She floated in the air for a while, then landed on the ground and jumped up again. Li Yu's jade-like hands continued to wave, and a series of loud sounds came from the ground. It felt like a special effect from a mythical movie, and behind Li Xiaojie, there were constantly rocks flying and the ground cracking, causing Li Yu to shout excitedly. Li Xiaojie was beaten to a sorry state. Some of the rocks bounced onto his body, piercing several small holes in his black robe. Li Xiaojie was completely infuriated. He had never been chased and beaten by a woman like this before. This was simply an insult to him. TSK, TSK, TSK. Li Xiaojie suddenly let out a strange cry. It sounded like he was laughing, but it also felt like he was crying. Li Yu was so scared that she stopped. The sound of crying and laughing made Li Yu's hair stand on end, and goosebumps appeared all over her body. "You monster! Hurry up and surrender!" Li Yu glared at Li Xiaojie with a cold expression. "Bitch! I'll make you die a horrible death." Li Xiaojie suddenly moved. His speed was so fast that it made Li Yu's eyes blur. After a round of fighting, Li Xiaojie had already discovered some clues. He felt that Li Yu was really a novice at fighting. With a body full of inner qi, he could not even release a single killing move. The attacks that Li Yu had launched in front of him were all playful moves. Bang, 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 bang. Li Yu panicked and started to randomly slap her surroundings. Li Yu was already unable to determine Li Xiaojie's current location. Seeing that the corpse aura was gradually surrounding him, Li Yu immediately became flustered and started to fight randomly without any order or order. TSK, TSK, TSK. You really are a newbie. I really don't know how you broke through to your current realm. Fall for me. Li Xiaojie's voice suddenly spread out, and the entire black mist was filled with his creepy evil laughter. Li Yu was so scared that she broke out in cold sweat. She turned around and kicked again, but other than the sound of wind breaking, there was no sign of her kicking Li Xiaojie. Boom! A ball of black mist suddenly flew over and crashed into Li Yu's back. Li Yu was not prepared at all and fell to the ground and rolled around. Bastard! You dare hit big sister. You're simply too despicable. Not only did Li Yu possess a strong amount of inner qi, her body's defense had also reached 80% of Qin Feng's strength. This palm had injured Li Yu, but it was not a serious injury. Li Yu jumped up and kicked the black mist a few more times. Bang, bang, bang. It was still the sound of wind breaking, and he did not kick Li Xiaojie at all. The surrounding black mist was too dense, and the corpse aura had the effect of interfering with one's mind. Li Yu's judgment was rapidly declining. TSK, TSK, TSK. Bitch, let's see how long you can last. So what if you're at the inner 9 level? I'll torture you the same. Li Xiaojie's laughter echoed in the surroundings, purposely disrupting Li Yu's judgment. Li Yu felt the corpse aura enter her body, and the dizziness became even more intense. Monster, consider yourself lucky today. Don't let big sister bump into you again. Li Yu was not stupid. She knew that if she continued to waste time, she would definitely be finished. With a leap, Li Yu ran out of the black mist. Li Yu's speed was extremely fast, and her ears were filled with the whistling of the wind. However, Li Xiaojie did not let Li Yu go. The balls of black mist seemed to have grown eyes, and followed closely behind Leah. Halfway through, Leah's phone rang, and she quickly picked it up. Xiaoya, where are you? Why did you break the lover lock? The call was from Qin Feng. Leah was already running wildly, and the sound of the wind was whistling in her ears. However, the sound of the wind coming from the phone was even louder, and Leah suspected that Qin Feng was riding on the plane for a ride. Qin Feng did not step on the plane. He was currently stepping on the flaming golden eagle and rushing towards Zhongchuan City. Woo woo. Darling, I met someone from the Verdant sect. That guy can release corpse aura. I feel like I can't hold on any longer. Darling, quickly come and save me. As Leah ran, she pouted and acted coquettishly. Qin Feng immediately shouted, Don't fight with him, run quickly. Your strength can only last for half an hour. When Qin Feng finished speaking, Leah was immediately dumbfounded. His strength could only be maintained for half an hour? It seemed to have been almost half an hour since he broke the lover lock. Ayo! Leah, who was running, suddenly cried out in alarm. She realized that the little beast hidden in her body had disappeared, and her strength was also gone. Leah's speed was extremely fast just now, but now that she had tripped and fallen, she could not even stand up. Li Xiaojie had already caught up to Leah, but he did not immediately come up to capture her. It's over, time's up, Leah shouted in despair in her heart. What made her even more desperate was that this fall had sent her phone flying, and she couldn't even find it now. Li Xiaojie observed his surroundings for a while, and realized that the inner qi on Leah's body had suddenly disappeared. How could such a strong and rich inner qi disappear just like that? Li Xiaojie was so depressed that he wanted to die. Even he, an evil cultivator, could not understand Leah's situation. This woman was even more ferocious than the evil cultivator. It was too strange. What are you standing there for? Come and catch me. Leah seemed to have seen through Li Xiaojie's thoughts. She knew that she wouldn't be able to escape, so she pretended to be calm and scared Li Xiaojie. Humph! Do you think I'm stupid? You must have dug a trap for me. Don't worry, I won't capture you myself. I'll first use the corpse aura to knock you out. Then it won't be too late to capture you. Li Xiaojie hesitated for a moment, but still did not dare to go up and capture him. He was afraid that the moment he got close to Leah, that woman would suddenly launch another sneak attack. Rumble! A ball of black mist pounced over, and in a short while, it surrounded Leah. Leah immediately got up and started running again. She wanted to stall for as much time as possible. She knew that Qin Feng had already come to save her. You're tuning in to the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.